This is going to be a spectacular, wonderful episode. I can't wait to get to it. And you know what? It's never better than when I get an opportunity to host. Because when I host, we're going to get through the topics. We're going to get through on everything in a timely manner. It's going to be fun, engaging, no narratives. It's going to be great. By the way, don't call me Swiper today. I want you to address me as Kate Scott. I'm going to be the Kate Scott of Player's Choice today. If you don't know anything about the Champions League, we got Thierry Henry. Welcome, Thierry. We got my guy Jamie Gallagher, right here. Big Meeks, the Australian, and then we got Big Ox. What's going on today? How y'all doing, fellas?
Running good, Joe.
Doing good.
Man, this is going to be a great day, man. There's a lot of great basketball. Make sure if you're watching this live, go ahead, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We are on the way, moving up, getting this community bigger, and bigger. And y'all, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Last night was a lot of great basketball. I can't wait to get into some games in particular. But first off, Mars, Damian, Ox, Chill. I don't know if you got a real chance to sit down and watch both of those games, the Lakers and OKC last night. Now, they were playing simultaneously yesterday, so you had to kind of watch it on the split screen a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, dude, the Portland Trailblazers are like that. They are really, really good. And you know what? Maybe we're wrong because going into the season, we weren't super high on the Lakers, but all of a sudden the Lakers – now, I will say some of us weren't super high on the Lakers, but they've been finding ways to win. Chill, you've been proven right in 2 games about Deandre Ayton. The last couple of games playing really good defense, played really solid yesterday. And I think if you look at OKC, obviously, even without all the players they had, Penn, who loves SGA as this generation's Kobe, which, I mean, he's kind of playing like crazy anyway, so it could be. Like, there is a lot of really, 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 really good basketball. But let's start at the top first, y'all. So, the Los Angeles Lakers yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to watch the game, they snuck by the San Antonio Spurs yesterday. And if you just remember watching the game, y'all, like, it was nip and tuck the entire game. Now, a lot of this was because the amount of fouls that were drawn on both sides of the ball. There were 36 fouls called on the Spurs yesterday, and there were 30 called on the Lakers. It absolutely slowed the game up. But shout out to Luka Doncic, who did not have the best shooting game. But Luka being Luka always finds a way to be effective. He had 35 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds, 5 steals, including Mars. You saw Wemby at the end of the game try to get that, like, nail corner pass off from the opposite direction, and Luka was in good position the entire time. So let's start with you, Chill. So when you look at this game and you look at the way that the Lakers were able to pull that victory out, what are some of your thoughts?
Deandre Ayton in particular, being on the glass the way he was, and I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me for a second.
You're good. Go ahead, Mars.
It wasn't a very enjoyable game from my perspective, but at the end of the day, the Lakers got out a good win. Fouling out Wemby with a lot of offensive fouls, I think, is representative of a bigger issue fundamentally. But I think the Lakers' game planning took advantage of some of the flaws that come from being a 7'4" guy trying to drive downhill. Marcus Smart, I think, has been amazing for the Lakers. Bar the inbound violation, we'll ignore that one. But everything else, I think he's been amazing, just putting his body on the line defensively, being able to guard multiple positions. Basically everything that you knew Marcus Smart could do a few years ago, he can still do it. I think Luka had his worst game of the season, but definitely was able to make up for it in areas such as defense, forcing turnovers, made a crazy pass to Rui. I think it was Rui, over his head, which was ridiculous. But you saw his 2-point scoring kind of revert to the mean somewhat. He was shooting like 80% on twos. Last night you saw when the floater's not falling, when you're trying to adjust around Wemby, and he struggled. But I think the Lakers being able to grind the game out when their offense isn't clicking on all cylinders with no Reeves, no LeBron, against the Spurs team that started the season really well, I think is a good sign of what they're able to do when they do focus defensively, albeit their personnel isn't great, but they're able to come up schematically, try things that maybe teams haven't seen or aren't used to seeing in a regular season setting, and are able to grind out wins. And maybe some people, myself included, might have undersold how good this Lakers team could be in the regular season and maybe even in the playoffs. So I want to give the Lakers credit. Chill was going to give DeAndre Ayton credit, so I'm going to give him the floor to do that.
I just thought that this season, and I was really critical of him early, and it was just something simple, and he did it yesterday, just running. Just run more. And with you running more, I think that you put so much pressure on a team's transition defense, particularly their big. And I think he did that yesterday with with Victor Wembanyama. Just run more, and you put a lot of pressure on him just getting to the rim. A lot of DeAndre Ayton stuff yesterday came in the paint. I thought he was really physical with Victor Wembanyama. I thought that he really took the game to Wemby. And I'd like to see more of that from DeAndre Ayton. And I think that Luka kind of propelled that, where he gave Ayton the confidence to do that, knowing that, yo, this guy is going to me, right? He's gonna come to me, he's gonna bring the ball to me, and he's gonna put me in spaces where I can score. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Wemby is the best rim protector and rim deterrent big guy in the game. But with that being said, I feel like with what DeAndre Ayton did with challenging him consistently at the rim, and then Luka putting him in space where he could get him good shots, I thought that really gave the Lakers a lot of confidence, no doubt about that. So I still think that James is sitting on that sideline. I think he's licking his chops because he's looking at this group going, when I get back out there, how I can implement myself. I think I can help us more on the glass. I think I can help us more as a distributor. I don't think that he's going to disrupt anything in terms of offense from Austin Reeves. I think he's just going to be great when he gets back in that lineup.
Ben, especially for you, obviously you value the plus minus stuff. I do as well. But I think, single season plus minus stuff is really important. Right now, Penn, if you look at the season, I think Marcus Smart is leading the Lakers in plus minus this year. And if you just watch the impact that he's having on the game, it's, Chill loves gritty, Chill loves tenacity, Chill, you love toughness. Marcus Smart's bringing all three of those things to the locker room. And maybe very similarly to the Phoenix Suns with Dillon Brooks, there's just a new attitude that they have with him. And I think when you have a player like that is willing to do anything and everything to win, even if it's a little borderline at times, like he's committed to the process of helping the Lakers be as best as they can be. Penn, do you feel like Marcus Smart being there has not just helped like the Lakers as a whole, but maybe even is helping DeAndre Ayton a little bit with having a physical force on the perimeter?
I think the point guard center combination is always very important defensively because the point guard is able to steer the offense, right? So that's always the most important relationship. You can obviously attest to that with Murray Jokic. When Murray doesn't look good, Jokic looks worse, and vice versa, right? There's a sort of symbiotic relationship between those two. And while Marcus Smart, I definitely have a lot of apologies to issue because I pretty much said he was washed, right? And he's not, because
Why did you feel like that though, Penn?
He's been really bad for the last couple of years, and he's old. He's older. Like, he's younger than me, but he's old.
Sure.
For NBA terms, he's old, and he's had a lot of injuries. And it's nice to see sometimes that they have one more gear, one more chapter left. It does happen. There's guys who spend a couple years, toiling around on franchises that have no business wanting to win, and they kind of just, they lay flat. Al Horford is an example, right? A lot of people sold Al Horford as washed when he went to Thunder. When he went to the Thunder, people were like, okay, this is the tail end, and then he becomes a very valuable contributor to a championship team. I think the thing with Marcus Smart is his energy is infectious, right? And so I think part of why Luka has been a much better defender this year is obviously his own conditioning, because he's mentioned that he has more stamina, his lateral quickness is better, he's lighter on his feet, he can play longer stints. All of this has been discussed. But I think a large part of it is also like Marcus Smart's a very dominant personality. And when he starts locking down, you lock up too. You can't watch a guy diving on the floor like that. So even when he's shooting 1 for 7, but one thing I will just say, I disagree with Mars. I don't think this was Luka's worst game. I don't think Luka was bad at all. I thought Luka was amazing.
I agree with Mars. I agree with Mars. From a shooting aspect, he wasn't good at all, Penn. I thought that a lot of his shots, I think we had a stretch in the I want to say in the first quarter where he ended up taking 2 threes in a row. And I think it kind of threw that offense off, and they were able to get it back. But it's stuff like that, right? I think it's stuff like that he does that kind of throws their offense, not in the tailspin, but it can throw their offense off. So Luka's shot selection yesterday was definitely not good, and I understand where Miles was coming from with that. Yes,
when you go up against the top 3 defense, though, that's going to happen. Your stars are not going to get like the best shots in the world. You're going up against length on the perimeter. You're going up against probably, definitely 1000% the best rim protector in the NBA. That's a place where Luka has dominated, right? What was the thing we talked about a couple of days ago? Luka has been amazing inside the arc and abysmal outside of it. So forcing him to take 11 threes, I think that was their game plan. We're not going to let him get past his first defender. If he gets past his first defender, we're going to put Wemby. The wall is going to be right there. We're going to make all of these shots around the rim super tough for him. So, you know, he's not playing with ideal spacing. DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, Rui Hachimura, Jake LaRavia, this is not ideal spacing. This is not the type of spacing that Jokic is working with. This is not the type of spacing even Shea is working with when they're healthy. So this is
with that being said, though, Penn,
supporting cast.
That's a fair point. But what I'm not going to do, because Luka's a lot smarter than that, what I'm not going to do is I'm not, just because this defense is awesome, I'm not just going to force bad shots. I'm not going to allow you to force me into bad shots. Luka is a much better scorer and penetrator to allow you to just force him into bad shots. And I can't go away from the fact that Luka took a lot of bad shots last night, which weren't forced. Like a lot of the stuff that he did, like he would shoot threes off the strength that he was open, and we could have gotten a better shot than that. In terms of him getting downhill, I thought we could have done a better job at getting him in the lane, because we've seen Luka get in the lane against better defenses and dominate better defenses. We've seen Luka do that and score at the rim. Don't get me wrong, Victor Wembanyama's at the rim, but he didn't play the entire night, right? So I do agree with Miles in the aspect that Luka wasn't great last night. I'm not going to say his worst game, but Luka wasn't great last night, particularly shooting the basketball. I think that he threw them off a few different times.
One of his games has to be his worst game. He's been great the whole time. I
didn't love it.
It was either this game or his last game that was his worst game.
I think it was his last game.
I didn't love the shot selection stuff from Luka at times. Some of it's necessity because obviously LeBron Reeves isn't out there. But if you think about this Lakers team, they looked terrible in preseason. Like there was genuine concerns, and JJ Redick was like, "I don't know what I'm going to do with this group," and he was very open about how bad they looked. So they've been one of the most surprising teams. And I got to give JJ Redick a lot of credit, to be honest with you. This team's been decimated with injuries. It feels like he's pushing all the right buttons. And chill, it's not just the rotation stuff. It's maximizing guys that are available. It's stealing minutes for Reeves and Luka when they're on the sidelines. It's the timeout usage. It's, like I said, maximizing the personnel. The game in Sacramento, when he had hardly any ball handlers, and he said post-game that he's ditching all the schematic stuff, and we're going to run a heavy pick and roll with Austin Reeves, and he ends up with 51 and the game winner. And then you got Nick Smith Jr. in the Blazers game, who goes crazy because he gives him that empowerment. I just think that there's some great stories come out of this Lakers team. Like if you didn't watch Sacramento or Memphis, you didn't know who Jake LaRavia was or what he brought to the table. DeAndre Ayton slowly reversing his reputation. Marcus Smart's on a redemption year. Bronny James is playing meaningful NBA minutes and not being terrible. Rui Hachimura is having a career year efficiency-wise. And I just look at this thing and it feels sustainable. You know, most of the guys have missed time. Gabe Vincent was out yesterday. Maxi Kleber hasn't returned yet either. And it feels sustainable. And to Chill's point, before the season, when LeBron picked up his player option, a media clip came out from Clutch Sports saying he wants to contend. He wants to be on a contender. And it put the Lakers on notice. And this team feels like it's sustainable. And only adding a guy who was All-NBA second team last year, sixth in MVP voting, can only make this team better. And I know there's a bunch of Laker fans out there that think that LeBron's going to come and kill this thing. But the team,
I don't know why you would though.
They don't really believe that. So they don't really believe that. Damn, you know. That's one.
I want to be very clear with those people. This team, that doesn't matter how good they've started, they still are going to lack wing production. They may drop a few games just because they're integrating a new big piece, and the rotation has to change, and the starting lineup has to change. But make no mistake, this team's ceiling is far higher with LeBron than without LeBron, and when it matters most, you're going to need him.
And Damian, you actually had this to say, and that's why I want to share this right here. You said this yesterday. Damian, quoting yourself, somebody talking to you. Damian, how can LeBron return and not disrupt the Lakers' rhythm? And you said, adopt this version. So when you said this in particular, what do you mean? Can you specify to us, what does it mean to adopt that version for LeBron to integrate himself into the Lakers system?
There's some great.
Yeah, I think.
By the way,
it is.
By the way. Yes,
it is great hosting. And not to quote myself, but a lot of people have been asking me. Damian, how's this going to look with LeBron? I think LeBron's the type of guy who can be a Swiss Army knife. When Austin Reeves is having a career year, when Marcus Smart can do some of the ball handling, when you're getting meaningful minutes from other guys who you didn't necessarily anticipate to have the type of seasons they're having, when DeAndre Ayton's looking as good as he's looked, LeBron just has to come, play high-level defense, do the playmaking stuff, do the leadership stuff, pick his spots, be really highly efficient. Team USA LeBron in 2024, to me, was one of my favorite LeBrons ever, because you get to see the full suite of what he can do. It's not, hey, I need to average 25 and I need to put this team on my back. It's, hey, how can I fit in? And as a guy who's so versatile, who can do so many different things, who can play the 5 when you go small, who can handle the ball, who can score when you need, I think just adding that and LeBron just understanding with a high IQ how to fit into what's already working is going to be really helpful and powerful for this Lakers team.
That's where it is. That's where it is right there, Damian. We don't have to dig too deep into what LeBron shouldn't be doing and what LeBron should be doing when he gets back. LeBron's one of the highest IQ players in the game, and so we don't. There is no issue there. LeBron doesn't have to come back and average. He doesn't even have to come back and average 20 plus. LeBron just has to come and play basketball. You know what I'm saying? He's shout out to Rui. Y'all know I like Rui. He's better than Rui Hachimura still. You know what I'm saying? He's better than most of the guys on that team, and so it's not like there's no way Bron can make this team worse. It's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? Just with simple IQ basketball, playing good basketball, being another ball handler, being another distributor, knowing where to be, knowing how to put other guys in the right position. He can only help DeAndre Ayton. Shout out to DeAndre Ayton, by the way. But Damian, I just want to go back to what you said about JJ Redick. And this is why I was so high on JJ Redick when he got the job. And I know I hate doing this. It feels so uncomfortable praising the Lakers, but I have to because it's basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like when JJ Redick was going for the job, a lot of people were saying he wasn't ready. But you can see JJ Redick has just the right amount of arrogance to believe that he can do this job, and he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's actually coaching this team, and he's not coaching by the book. He's not just, well, this is the top guy, he has to do it. Like you said, he's empowering other guys to know that you're a professional basketball player and you can come out here and play professional basketball against anybody, with anybody, because that's how basketball works. JJ Redick is a brilliant basketball player. He came up under Coach K. He went to Duke. He's played all around the league. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And he's really coaching his basketball team. Once again, shout out to DeAndre Ayton, and check out Luka playing a little defense, y'all. This is I was and Swiper, I didn't watch. I think you said this, Swiper, or maybe it was you, Penn. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I didn't watch the Lakers in the preseason. So I didn't know that they were looking bad in the preseason. Mm-hmm. I was just going based on the team they accumulated, going off the Marcus Smart pickup, the fact that I'm high on Jake LaRavia, you know what I'm saying? And I was high on this team already, and I think they're showing that, bro. I think they're really showing this is a team to be feared, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing this without Bron, a guy that I think was first team on All-NBA last year. So it's going to get ugly.
And chill, sorry, my bad, real quick, because we have something relevant to that. So, Mitza Cole, $10 super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Keep my coach's name out your mouth in regards to JJ Redick. Keep Big Dominating's name out your mouth. I don't want to hear any disrespect towards the Lakers. This is a two-way MVP race between point guards. And again, I think if you're watching what the Lakers have done this year, we did not expect that they would have this kind of a start to start the year off. So, I mean, this is. Ayton's playing well. They're doing their thing. They're doing a lot of really good things. And then this is, directed at you, Penn, even though this should be directed at a couple people. Jonathan Frazier, $10 super chat. I'm a curse today because that's the time we're on. DeAndre effing Ayton just outplayed Wemby. Hey, Penn, you sure this guy's worse than 45 other centers in the league? Give me an effing break. 5 straight. We're here.
They rolling right now. They 100% rolling.
He did not outplay Wemby, but okay, cool. Great, well, man. Damian, shout outs to you. Please keep the same energy when he shoots 2 for 16.
It's okay.
Yeah, he outplayed
it's
okay. That's all I know. He outplayed
It's okay, Penn. That can happen. An inferior player can outplay a superior player. That's part of the game.
It's happened plenty of times.
Happens all the time. Plenty of times. And that doesn't make DeAndre Ayton better than Victor Wembanyama. Okay. But last night he
did not outplay him. Let's just please stop being ridiculous. Okay.
So, Damian,
just a difference of opinion. No big deal.
So, Damian, to counter your point, you were talking about James, and I think that I definitely think that you're onto something. My issue with James, with this group, was I've never seen him have to take a back seat. But with that being said, we're in a space now where, especially at the age that he's at and the way that the Lakers are rolling now, he has to see what they're doing and has to figure out, okay, how am I going to integrate myself within this unit? They don't need me to come back and average 25 a game. They don't need me to come back and be the primary bucket getter. They don't need me to be that sort of stuff. So when you say, like, when you say him being the Swiss Army knife, my initial thought was, well, you know, James is so used to being the man. I've never seen him not be the man. But at the age that he's at now, right, the age that he's at now and the space that he's in, and looking at this group, playing with a guy like Luka, seeing how awesome Austin Reeves has been, DeAndre Ayton is actually running the floor. I think that he can integrate himself into that unit.
Yeah, and it's a good point because in some ways, in more ways than one, LeBron sitting out to start the season and seeing what it looks like actually might do the Lakers a benefit moving forward because he's seeing what they're putting together. He's seeing what works. And he's seeing what he can look like and he can bring to the table. And when you're not asked to score 27 a night, 25 a night, you can reserve some of that energy to be the defensive linebacker, to be the team's leader, to pick your spots, to be highly efficient, to play off the ball. And people forget, like, LeBron's one of the greatest, like, slashers and like slot cutters the league sort of ever seen. Like, I have no issues with him playing off the ball. If you want to give the ball handling responsibilities to Reeves, Luka, Marcus Smart, and LeBron can just play down low when he wants. Like, the sky's the limit for a guy that can really do everything out there, even at 41.
Just finding like those open spaces on the floor when it's just, you know, like there's a hole on the defense here and here. Brian knows. That was just saying, like, Brian knows how to get to those open spots.
Yeah, and then in transition,
Right.
he'll get his in transition. Yeah, they can do a lot of different stuff out of the post now as well when he comes back. JJ Redick mentioned that in one of the games they lost, that they wish they could just dump the ball into him, especially when they're playing against the zone. So I think it's another weapon. It's just adding more layers to an offense that feels like it can score as many points as they want right now.
I think this is sustainable with DeAndre Ayton. I know that this might sound ridiculous. I ain't talking about 22 and 10.
Bro.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I think that I could get 16. I think I can get 16 to 18 a game from him on solid efficiency. I think I could get a really good rebounder. I think I can get a good rim protector. Penn, what the vibe that I get from you,
Oh man,
I already know how you feel about him, but the vibe I get from you, because he's in a Laker uniform, are you comparing him to the Laker bigs? Because I don't think that there's anybody up here that's
He
comparing
compared him to
Laker bigs.
Yabusele. What do you mean?
comparing him to
Yabusele?
Laker bigs.
That's what I'm asking you. Are you comparing him to Laker bigs in the past?
You think I'm comparing him to Shaquille O'Neal?
Because you think he's
Kareem
whack.
Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt?
Because you think he's
He
because
compared
you think
him
he's-
to Yabusele. He just thinks he's bad.
I'm comparing him to Jonas Valanciunas.
But this is what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
hold up,
Is it because
hold
is
on.
it because he plays for the Lakers? Because he doesn't suck, Ben. Let's
He
get to the
was
bottom
bad
of
on the
that right now.
Blazers.
Oh,
He was
you
bad on the
gonna
No,
see.
he was not
Okay,
bad.
you know
That's
what?
just not
Shout
true,
out to you,
Mars. No,
Chill.
he wasn't.
I'm gonna give you the playbook
He
right
wasn't.
now. Chill.
Well, that's-
You got a
take over
bookmark
what
tab?
he thinks.
You got a bookmark tab? Bookmark this
Bookmark
moment.
tab.
Bookmark this
Okay.
video. Write it down a little bit. No, at 23:35 or whatever the hell the time is right now, Penn told you the playbook. Here's the playbook. DeAndre Ayton got a player option next year.
Yes, sir.
For the first time in 4 years, DeAndre Ayton he's got an opportunity to make some money next year. So he gonna give you the song and dance, right? He hasn't been amazing. Let's just stop it, okay? There were Laker fans like literally
He's
3
been
games
good.
ago saying
amazing.
play
He's been
Jackson
good.
Hayes over this bump. Okay, so let's not lose our minds over 2 good games. Okay,
Well, we can't listen
Shout
to
out-
Laker fans, Ben. Come on, they're not
okay.
reliable.
Shout outs to him. I will guarantee you, he will decline that player option if he plays well enough to exceed the value of $8 million. This is
As
a
he should.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, as he should.
Is he wrong
And
for that?
the second the ink is dry on that next contract, you will go right back to the same DeAndre Ayton you have seen 3 years ago. I have seen this shit before, bro. I mean, I'm sorry.
18 and 10 in
At
Phoenix
least his
3 years ago,
progress.
Ben.
We've gone from he'll be worse than Yabusele this year to he's
Yes.
going to play well to get money. So
18
I
and
mean,
10
yeah.
in Phoenix.
It's never
it's a
been.
nice
hold
little
on,
maneuver of the
hold
goalpost.
up. No. It's never been a matter of talent with DeAndre Ayton. Ain't
Okay.
no way in hell that you could tell me that you watch this guy in the finals with the Phoenix Suns and say this guy's not going to be a 6-time All-Star. He should have been a 6-time All-Star. Should have been an 8-time All-Star. He probably should have been a second-team All-NBA guy. And let's just be real. That's why he got picked over Marvin Bagley. That's why he got picked over Luka Doncic, because people actually expected this guy to be that. How low is the bar right now that he is outplaying Jackson Hayes and y'all on his nuts? This guy was supposed to be David Robinson, and that's not what he is. But that's not because of a lack of talent, Cho. That's not because of a lack of talent. That is because of a lack of integrity. Okay, and the integrity is no. The integrity
just cooked
is
Wemby yesterday. So
yeah, this is some elite maneuver.
Come on, man.
I like this.
Any Portland fan, any Phoenix fan out there is going to agree 100% with what I'm saying. You've seen the song and dance. You see flashes of talent. The issue is the whole year. Okay, first of all, turning the ball over at the highest rate of his career right now. We're not talking about that right now because the Lakers are winning. If the Lakers were losing, he would be the whipping boy for it. I guarantee it. Number two, he is not an elite defender. He is an average defender. But he has the tools and physicality. He's 7 feet tall. He has a 7'5" wingspan. He should be a great defender. Outplayed Wemby. Missed me with that bullshit. First of all. Second of all. Third of all. He's rebounding at probably the lowest rate of his career. Yeah, he's turned it around the last 2 games. Good job. Last 2 games.
He's also shooting it at the highest. But he's also shooting it at the highest.
He's also playing
in his career.
Chill.
He's also doing that. Which, by the way, we talked about this before the season started, Penn, that this is a money year, so you're going to see a different Deandre Ayton. I ain't talking about next year. I'm not talking about in 2 years. I was talking about this year in particular. We're in a money year. You're going to see a different Deandre Ayton.
2 words.
You're seeing that guy. You're seeing a much better finisher on the rim. You're seeing a much better finisher at the rim. You're seeing oh my God, definitely better than Jerome James. No way are we putting him in the same category with Jerome James.
You ain't see Jerome James in the playoffs?
No, he ain't doing that.
You ain't see the Jerome James. The
Knicks got tricked with that.
The
Knicks got 100%.
Here's some free advice to the team that signs his next contract. Y'all got hoodwinked. Guarantee it. Sign him to a 3-year, $45 million deal. It'll be the dumbest thing you ever do. Okay. Look, man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to put you on game. I'm telling you the truth. This is what it is. If a dude gets paid in his prime at 24 years old or 25 years old, regresses for 3 straight years, is magically in a contract year again, and suddenly starts hooping, what's that telling you? That tells
That's
you
just not fair.
This is best behavior, Ayton. I'm not even trying to.
You all said the Lakers are gonna get best behavior, Ayton, and you disagreed. So now you're.
We did. We 100% said that because off the strength that we money.
We was all telling you that DeAndre Ayton, because I was the one who said he plays for money. I was the one who said DeAndre Ayton in a contract year is going to be a different DeAndre Ayton.
You're not the first person to say that. You're not the 50th person to say that.
You know who else said it? DeAndre Ayton said it. That's why he ain't the first person to say it. Mars didn't just make that up.
I brought up what DeAndre Ayton said.
This might be an old
on this panel. We all told you DeAndre Ayton playing for a contract is going to be a different DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton not making $30 million, having to actually show that he can be worth something long term, is going to be a different DeAndre Ayton. And then you proceeded to list Gershon Yabusele. So you don't get to then maneuver the goalpost to act like this is what you've been saying the whole time when it's not. You said DeAndre Ayton right now would provide worse value than all of those centers you listed. And factually, he is not. Factually, he is not.
I didn't say more value, less value. I said he's worse. Which is to say, there are
which is not true.
Okay, no, even worse. 44 you said there was 30 whatever centers worse than DeAndre Ayton. And factually, Gershon Yabusele is not one of them. And you listed him. You listed a bunch of other names. You listed back Hurtle, who's been stinky.
Oh my God.
So don't get to maneuver the goalpost and next year DeAndre Ayton will be trash again and I'll start victory lapping. No, because you said this year he would be trash and he has not been. You were wrong. You don't get to maneuver the goalpost. This is what you've been saying the whole time when it's not. It's not what you've been saying the whole time.
No, he's not.
He is worse.
No, he's not.
That's what I said.
We told you, Penn, before the season. No, Penn, before the season started.
Let me use a playbook.
Me in particular. So let's stay right.
No. Wait. Y'all not just gonna scream over me. I will use Ox's playbook and say when I said it, it was true. New information. There you go.
I don't think it's not really relevant.
If it was true,
it was worse. It was
true,
true.
But it
wasn't true when you said that. Yabusele was not better than
Yabusele's never been better than DeAndre Ayton.
He's never been better than him, Penn. That's not true when you said that.
Not for an hour, Penn. Not for an hour.
Not even by Ox's definition of, hey, if you play better than me for 4 seconds, there's never been a time.
You know what the testament? You know what the testament is?
30 seconds, bro.
Mars, you've already seen me do this. Sometimes I will throw shit on the wall to make a point. My point was DeAndre Ayton is not a top 20 center, and that was the debate. I said I'll name you 45 centers better than DeAndre Ayton or whatever the hell I said. And then I proceeded to list a whole bunch. And yeah, there were some controversial names on the list.
Some
And y'all
incorrect names.
all lost your mind on Yabusele. If you got to go to Yabusele, you already lost the debate. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because you can't.
No, Pin. It was just so outrageous that you said that. That we, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of guys on that list. No, hold on, Pin. Hold on, Pin. There was a lot of guys on that list that I disagreed with. But when you got to Yabusele, I was just so shocked that I was like, Yabusele, you know, like what? You know what I mean?
We had
He gets minutes.
Jackson Hayes on that list too. Shit.
Like, we had a conversation up here one time. And Ticket ran off a bunch of guys, defenders that were better than Dwayne Wade. And I didn't agree with half of them. When he got to Latrell Sprewell, I was out. When he said Latrell Sprewell. But that doesn't mean that the other dudes that he said before him.
Same playbook.
It doesn't mean that the other dudes that he said before him, I agree with him. No, and it's the same logic with you when you ran down all of these bigs. Penn, we told you this before the season started, that Deandre Ayton, who was in a money year, who has made it clear, he said it on draft night, he told us that he is about his bread. Deandre Ayton has made that crystal clear that he is about his bread. So who in a money year is not going to be one on their best behavior, try to play the best that they can possibly be? For what reason? So I can get another contract. That's exactly what he was going to do. So what you're trying to do now is tell us that after he does this and gets busy, watch what happens next year. We ain't talking about next year. We're talking about right now, Penn. And that's what we're talking about. And he's been awesome. He's been awesome is the stretch. He's been really good right now. And I think that this is sustainable.
So Penn, just real quick. I'm gonna get to this ad read real quick, and then trust me, we got more breaking news surrounding the Lakers, so we can continue the conversation on the other side. But y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, Splash Sports, man, that's the way you gotta tap in. You gotta stop playing the house. Play other fans and still win even when you miss a leg. So Quick Picks on Splash is their new peer-to-peer DFS game where you pick more or less on at least 2 player projections. Your entry gets matched with other players at the same buy-in and pick count. Now, this is why I like Splash Sports. Fair matchmaking. You're competing against people, not the house. It requires more strategy. There's a diverse range of lines, means you can find multiple ways to outsmart other players. And also, you get better odds. You don't need a perfect card. You have more correct picks than the group, and you can win cash. Now, one of the things that makes Splash Sports unique is that even when, say, you put a 6 legs together, if you get 5 of them and you happen to tie in your group, then you still get money on the other side of that. That's why Splash is so great. Y'all, just remember for Splash Sports, you got to be 18 older to play, 21 older to play Massachusetts, Iowa, Arizona, Louisiana, 19 older to play in Alabama, Virginia. The terms apply. This is a paid partnership. Come run it with Player's Choice on Splash Sports and turn those picks into real cash prizes. Big Ox.
Not only that, Swiper, right now we are still doing the Player's Choice Point Streak Survivor game. If you missed this one, don't worry about it. There'll be another one coming up shortly. This one in particular, though, $2,500 goes to the winner. There's 13 people left. I am one of those 13. So
about to ask,
it can't.
I'm still alive.
Oh yeah, I'm still alive. Hey, DeMar DeRozan held me down yesterday, but like I said, it's not too late. Which was too late for this one, but the next one is coming up soon, and I am proof that it's real. There's 13 people left. I'm one of them. I'm this close to getting that money, Mars. We going to Sizzler, baby. We going to Sizzler. Y'all, get in this next one and check it out. Check it out. It's great.
By the way, y'all, so breaking news, LeBron James is reportedly back on the way. So this is when I want to go ahead. I want to play this real quick so y'all can listen to it. Let me know if y'all can hear this. This is Shams talking to Malika Andrews.
What more can you tell us about when we could see the NBA's all-time leading scorer back into the mix here for the Lakers?
Make full screen.
Malika, LeBron James has been working out individually, and I'm told the next step for him is 5-on-5 live play. And he will not be traveling on the Lakers' upcoming 5-game, week-long road trip that starts in Atlanta this weekend. So it's unclear whether he's going to be able to get that live action while the team is on the road, potentially doing it with the G League South Bay team, or do the Lakers and LeBron wait for the team to get back on November 16th, and then the live play process can begin then. I was told today that Lakers personnel are still operating under the belief LeBron James' debut will be around mid-November, but this is uncharted territory. He turns 41 next month. He's in his 23rd record NBA season, and that's why Rob Pelinka's 3 signings this offseason, Jake LaRavia, DeAndre Ayton, and Marcus Smart, have been so important, paying dividends with the depth without one of the best players of all time in LeBron James.
Okay, so looking at that schedule, that 5-game road trip, he is not going to be traveling on that. We're looking at November 18th, possibly. If you're trying to sort of extrapolate out when he could be available, that would be a game against the Utah Jazz back at home in Crypto.com Arena. Shams Charania, thank you so very much for that insight here. Does that answer your question, Kate?
So that's a big deal, y'all. That's a really big deal. Go ahead, Alex.
What did Shams say at the beginning? Could y'all imagine Bron playing with the G League squad? Was he saying practicing with them or like running a couple games?
Practicing. He's not gonna play games for the South Bay.
Why is this?
Okay.
Why is?
I'm just saying, if so, that's what's up, man. Y'all get some G League tickets. We finna go catch the King playing.
I don't understand why that's an issue.
For $20.
They do it in baseball all the time. Derek Jeter used to go
Bron,
down to AAA, being on the soul, and Derek Jeter used to go down to AAA all the time. Alex Rodriguez, when he was on the 15-day disabled list, he would go down to their AAA club and play for a week. Derek Jeter is playing on that Trenton team for a week. Why not? Why not get some reps in? I don't understand.
It's not uncommon. No, it's not uncommon, by the way.
I'm not necessarily.
That's what your G League team is there for.
I'm not watching LeBron James do G League minutes.
That's okay. You don't got to. I'll check it out.
It's very common. It's very common in the league when guys are ramping up to spend time with the G League team and get some reps in and practice live with them.
Right. I understand that. I mean, like as far as like practicing and stuff. I was just hold on real quick. I was just asking, like, is he gonna play games with the G League or is he just practicing with them? Because if he's playing some games, like that's a steal, y'all. Get them tickets right now. That's all I was saying. Like, I highly doubt he plays games with them though.
If you think that if James gets on our G League squad, he plays in the game, that them tickets don't skyrocket from $20 to $2,000, you bugging.
Well, no, I'm just saying, get him right now. So look, y'all just look. I'm just saying, take a risk right now. Buy G League tickets for the next 5 games right now. And
then wouldn't play in the G League because he knows if he doesn't score 96 points in 4 minutes, they're going to say Michael Jordan would have scored 100, and he's not the GOAT. So
that's a fact.
It is big news though.
He has
him
to score
coming back.
Points in the G League. He has to. So.
It's a nice time in the schedule as well for him to come back. There's some sort of softer games in that schedule where he could steal some minutes and come back slowly. So big news, Swiper. Big news, him coming back.
Yeah, look,
it's not far away, chat.
I'm excited to see LeBron come back with this team. You know, I'm again, as somebody who said that I think the Lakers will be the 6th seed this year. You know, this is always contingent, y'all, on everybody playing at their level throughout the regular season. I don't think the Clippers have performed at their level. I mean, the Spurs have overperformed. You know, we're not going to talk about them right now, Chill, but the Dallas Mavericks, they look like they're in close to tank territory. But we're not going to get to them in a minute because there's a super chat pertaining to that here soon. I think if you look at the Nuggets, they have played at their ceiling for like stretches and then also been like, whatever. I think the OKC, they've been dealing with a lot of injuries this season, so they're obviously just not the same team currently right now. But shout out to the Lakers, man. They're continuing to push forward. But, y'all, I got to get to SGA. We got to get to the Portland Trailblazers because, y'all, you know, Chill, you were already on this. You know, you had called this before the season. Now, you know, there were some of us that said they would be a good team, and I think that the Portland Trailblazers are going to push towards the playoffs. You know, Chill, we don't know if they're going to make it, but this is what we do know about Portland. They are going to make you play basketball for a full 48 minutes, and you're going to have to go to overtime with them if need be. Now, Mars has said that he thinks Toumani Camara is the best and most versatile defender in the league in terms of just most versatile. And I think there's an argument for it. Yesterday, Denny Avdia only made 5 shots, but he was 26 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He actually played really, really well down the stretch of the game. Toumani Camara had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Played really good defense on SGA last night. Shaedon Sharpe, 18 points, y'all, 6 of 15 from the field. Drew Holiday, though, starting point guard. I know Houston Rockets fans would love to have this player on their roster. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 of 16. And honestly, the numbers don't do justice just how good he was. Jeremy Grant had 9 points off the bench. He continues to close for them down the stretch. Did the same thing versus Denver. Did the same thing versus the Thunder. He played very well last night. SGA, a little bit of a struggle bus. He was just 10 to 26 from the field, but he got 35 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he got to the line 13 times. You know, he was doing what he always does. He's able to continue to create contact and get to the free throw line. AJ Mitchell, taking like a star-level leap for a role player, 21 points yesterday. He looked really good. He was 7 of 11 from the field. And, y'all, if you didn't watch this game, chat, go back and watch it on NBA.com. You can go look at all the highlights because, Chill, What happened is that SGA, because he had to play a little bit more defense than he normally had, he had to get really aggressive, got 4 fouls really quickly yesterday, and then Ox picked up his 5th foul down the stretch of the 4th quarter. And what they did was great. This is what you got to do. They were hunting SGA repeatedly. Now, SGA, to his credit, had played good defense, but when you get in the 5th foul and you're also the only reason your team is there right now, so you just can't play the same kind of defense as normal. They hunted SGA on 4 straight possessions and got 4 straight buckets. At this point, though, Chill, I was on your side, Mark. Remember we had your argument about ghost screens and not switching and not giving up? I was just like, yo, stop making him go one-on-one, because Denny, who's developed a lot, he would get SGA on a drive. I'm talking Damien. He would do the swing underneath, and SGA just kind of had to let go and let it fly, and he would get in a layup. But great job by the Portland Trailblazers. They get a narrow victory by 2 points, win the game at the free throw line. Chill, I'll do you the honors.
The thing that I have to accept the fact that 20-point leads in the NBA are not that bad. Like, we can make 20 up like quickly. 20 points, and I used to think that you get 15, you get 18 in a hole, you dead, and that's largely due to the fact that I'm still stuck on what was. No, because of the invention of the long ball, and because of how fast these guys play today, we could turn 20 into 12 in less than a minute. We could turn 20 into 8 in less than 3 minutes. We can get right back in the game, and I felt like the Trailblazers, when Drew Holiday got going, they got right back in that game. The key to this, and I got to give Coach T, I got to give Coach Splitter a lot of praise, because I think what he did, I think he outcoached Coach Dagnall last night. Dagnall went to that small ball lineup. He's got SGA on the floor with Wiggins, Mitchell, SGA, Wiggins, Mitchell, Joe, and Hartenstein. He has them on the floor. He keeps his big lineup with Danny Avia, Grant. He's got Drew Holiday. He's got Kamara. And he's got Klingon, who I would love for Klingon, even though he's young, I'd love for him to start to look at the basket a little bit more, because what you can't be is you can't just be a big out here that's on the floor. I'd like for him to look at the basket a little bit more, Ox. And I think that once, he gets more comfortable in his offense, he will. But I think that they took advantage of that small lineup. I thought that Danny Advia, I thought he did a great job when we got into the meat and potatoes of the game, attacking those small guys, getting downhill. He punched one down the lane. Well, that should have been an and one, actually, Ox. The one that he punched down the lane. I thought that was great. Not only that, I think Kamara is just getting more and more comfortable with his catch and shoot at the long ball line. And you dudes, maybe it's the left-handed thing, but tell me if I'm out of line. And this might sound crazy. I think that Kamara is what I think he's going to be in terms of defense and offense, because I think he's going to be a better scorer. I think he's going to be a better version of what Kelly Oubre was supposed to be. Like, I think Kelly Oubre was supposed to be a really good player in terms of offense and defense. And when I look at Kamara, bigger, I think he's going to be a better version of that. Knockdown jump shooter, kind of like what Kelly Oubre is right now playing with Tyrese Maxey, but much better on the perimeter. I do think that he overexerts himself a lot of times on closeouts and in fouls, because at the end of that game,
was that fair? Was that a fair whistle, Chill?
100% is a fair whistle. We have a rule in the game.
He jumped into him.
I don't think that was a foul, but
100%
he jumped forward. He jumped forward, Chill.
Isaiah Joe leans as far into that as he could.
The refs did their best to give that to OKC.
First and foremost, they have a rule. You are in my landing space. You know that as a defender. So you knowing that as a defender, there's a way that you have to close out. You can't stand up underneath the guy, especially at that juncture of the game, because you can end up getting a whistle, right? And Kamara, I think that his closeouts a lot of times get him in trouble, because he lands a lot of times in guys' landing space. I think he's great with his hands. I think he's great as a one-on-one defender. I thought that he was as good as he could possibly be with SGA, making SGA take that tough fall-away shot on the wing. But I thought he did as good a job as he possibly can. The problem is he finds himself in those spaces where he can foul. But this Portland Trailblazer team, offensively down the stretch, I thought that they were great in that fourth quarter. They weren't good early on in the game, but I thought that they were great in the fourth quarter. This Trailblazer team, they're on to something, man. I do. I like what I'm seeing with this Trailblazer team. But I can tell you one thing, Mars, that I'm standing on. I mean, for every one game we lose, we win 8. I think that's 75 wins for the season.
chill. They don't. And they're
I
not
just
even
want to put that on
healthy.
your
I mean,
mind, Moss. That's all I got to say about that.
like, so for me, chill. I left practice last night and rushed to go catch as much of this game as I could. So I only got to see the fourth quarter, y'all. I'm gonna admit that I didn't get to see the first three, but the fourth quarter I did see was very impressive from the Portland Trailblazers. And shout out to them. I think they played with a lot of aggression on the defensive end. They're tenacious, all of that. You know what I'm saying? They're really good what I saw. Shout out to Drew Holiday. I know some of y'all thought he was washed, but anyways. Can we maybe calm down a little bit? We do know that the OKC was missing 3 starters, like 4. Like I mean,
yeah, but OKC missing 28 starters is still one of the best teams in the league.
yeah, I do understand that. But what I'm saying is, let's not say just because they beat OKC, let's not make it seem like that puts the Trailblazers at the top of the West. Like, they beat the best team. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Let's reel it in a little bit. They beat a very good team, Mars. I'm with you on that. I feel you. The OKC is still really good. I feel you, but it's different with J-Dub. It's different with Chet. It's different with with the Caruso and them. It's a little different. So although I'm still really excited about what the Blazers did last night, and I think they beat OKC and beat the refs. I'm still acknowledging, like, this is still not, and I don't want to come off as
they're
like
not
I'm hating
winning
on
a
the Blazers,
championship. Yeah,
No,
if I
we ain't
told
doing
you
that.
after
But
8 games, the Blazers had their schedule was Minnesota, Golden State, Clippers, Lakers, Jazz, Nuggets, Lakers, Thunder. That's their schedule. If I told you they'd be 5-3 after playing what I would probably deem to be the hardest schedule in the league. Outside of the Jazz, they played a lot of good teams. Now, context, obviously, they played the Lakers without Luka and Reeves and Braun, and they actually lost that game. But that schedule being 5-3, I think you would take that if you're a Blazers fan. Like, it can really only get easier from here. Like, there's no way it gets harder than that. Like, they've been
in every game as well.
To start.
Right,
March, and they've blown out some good teams too.
To your point, Mars, I'm in Portland, and the people of Portland, they're excited for this basketball team. So you're right about that. Like, these games that Portland, the Trailblazers have been showing that they're here to compete and they want to win, and that's what they're doing. They're competing and they're winning some games. So shout out to them once again. I don't want to come off like I'm speaking down on the Blazers. I'm more so just saying, like, OKC isn't full throttle. I just want to remind us that let's not use this as a gauge of what that is.
We're not moving in, Ox. We just dating. We had a really good date. It was nice. We had a good time. Let's relax. We're not
right.
We're not taking it there.
She responded to the 2 a.m. text. So
that's it. That's all it is. Like, we ain't moving in together. We're not getting matching bed sets and no shit like that. No, relax. We had a good time. So and we got something good going on right now. Let's just keep that going. So I like what they're doing with the Trailblazers. I do. I really like what they're doing with the Trailblazers. I wasn't. To your point, Damian, I wasn't comfortable saying what I said about Houston last year. I wasn't comfortable because I didn't think that the Trailblazers were that good going into the season. Like, I was selling Mars on Houston before the season started last year. I didn't think the Trailblazers were that good, but I did think that they were better than what people were giving them credit for, and I thought that they were onto something.
Are they better than the Mavericks?
Right now, yes. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Memphis?
Mavericks.
Yes,
they're better than Memphis.
Better than the Mavericks, who might be the worst team in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
They're better than the Mavericks. They're better than the Grizzlies. They're better than a lot of teams in the Western Conference right now. And I remember last year I said this is like the team of ultimate third options. Like, they have so many third options. This is before they added Drew Holiday. I just thought, like, this was a team that was perfect for a star. Like, I didn't know which star. It could be literally any top 20 player, top 15 player can go over to this team and have everything you could possibly need. You have secondary creators, you have defenders, you have rim protectors. Donovan Clingan hit a 3. Shout outs to Donovan Clingan, man. So you've got depth across the roster. I think at some point, if this team is like sniffing 8 seed, 7 seed, 6 seed, I wonder if they would consider a consolidation trade. Robert Williams, Drew Holiday, guys like this. I wonder if they would, because this is a team that just lost to the G League Lakers just like 3 days ago. Like, we don't remember that. Like, they lost to a team without Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. They lost to Nick Smith Jr.
Do you think they just might have took their? Do you think they just might have took their foot off the gas?
20% from 3.
I saw them get thoroughly handled in the fourth quarter. I appreciate the mental approach of seeing LeBron, Luka, and AR-15 are out, so we're just gonna coast to a win and getting caught. I get that, but at the same time, like I watched them have a lead, squander the lead, and not be able to do anything about it. I watched Drew Holiday airballing shots. Like, I mean,
but to be fair, Penn, you did say, and I think this is not a gotcha. This is more you're pointing out something that is true on both ends. That they literally, you just said a 20-point lead in the NBA is not what it used to be. And I think Chill might have said that.
Chill said that.
Yeah, Chill said that. Chill said a 20-point lead is not what it used to be. Well, the 3-point line has it's the ultimate equalizer. If you don't make yours and I make mine, I can beat anybody. Washington can beat the fully healthy Thunder. We saw the Nuggets even in preseason. They played without, I think, Gordon, Jokic, Murray, and without Christian Brown. And I think the Thunder were fully healthy. They beat them 59-46 in the first half, in part because of 3-point shooting. I mean, if you just can't hit threes, then anybody can catch you on a given day. And I think Portland, they're really good. And I'll be curious to see how they continue to get better. But first, y'all, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back to this conversation. Damon, I know you have some more thoughts on the Portland Trailblazers. But, y'all, we got to talk about RAYCON. I'm telling y'all right now, man, RAYCON's everyday earbuds have become a go-to gift for the holidays. They sound great, last all day, and then some, with 32 hours of battery life and actually stay comfortable no matter how long you wear them. Over 4 million people already have a pair. So if you've been curious, now is the time to try them out. For Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you can get up to 30% off all RAYCON products, perfect for gifting or keeping for yourself. Now, the everyday earbud classics are loaded with upgrades. They have active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, so you can compare with 2 devices at once, and an ergonomic fit that always stays put no matter what you're doing. The new colors are a vibe. I love my black case. I love black on black on black. That is the way that I vibe on my day-to-day. Those are my favorite. And the everyday features, they live up to the name. Quick charge, it takes 10 minutes, gives you 90 minutes of playtime. Again, up to 32 hours of battery life with the case. And the awareness mode, perfect when I'm walking the dog or running errands. So I stay tuned into what's happening around me without missing a beat. Plus, over 3 million customers already love RAYCONs, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't love them, returns are easy, and you have nothing else to lose. So RAYCON's going big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Everything up to 30% off. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/PCS to save on RAYCON audio products site-wide. And I don't know about y'all, I love my RAYCONs. Love them. I love my RAYCONs. They're really good to me. I use these all the time, every day, literally. Chill. When I have a routine. Chill. I make breakfast every morning, and I like to make sure that I have, like, a burrito with egg. 'Cause everybody knows I love lifting. I love working out. Literally, man, like, I use these when I'm cooking. I go to the gym. I get on the Stairmaster pin so I can, just keep shedding all that weight off, put me on my little workout together, get big, and I come to the panel ready to rock. So I'm telling y'all, RAYCON is where it's at. It's where it's at, y'all.
You know what? I just finally figured it out. The reason that I'm so unhappy, I never received my RAYCON. That's why.
The problem? What is the problem?
Elron.
What's going on?
Elron.
Yo, they don't want to ship to Toronto, bro.
What is happening right now?
They don't want to pay those tariffs.
Get his RAYCONs. What are y'all doing? That's why he got them headphones on. Get him his RAYCON.
Yeah, we do need to get you some RAYCON. But look, y'all, I want to keep this conversation sitting here, y'all, because I got to tell you, Chill, I was very impressed about the Portland Trailblazers last year. They went on a stretch march. I think they were like top 10 for 3 weeks, 4 weeks or something like that. They were performing really well. They were playing really well. Donovan Clingan. And the thing is, Chill, they're kind of biting off the OKC playbook because they're screaming versatility. They got wings, they got guards, they got bigs that can switch, they got bigs that don't have to play because you can put Tumani Kamara and Matisse Thybulle at the 5. So we will see, I think, over the course of the year, you might be proven right. I don't know if top 6 is on the table, but for sure I can see a path where they end up being top 8, Chill.
Damian, you were going to make a point about the Trailblazers. I want to.
Oh, yeah. I think that the league moves fast, so most people have probably forgotten, but we've all played in high-level teams, and they went through that early season turmoil a little bit with Chauncey Billups, and that can make or break a team sometimes when you throw in that type of drama. and you've been with a coach for your entire preseason and last year, and then all of a sudden he's gone, and Thiago Splitter has to pick up the slack, and you don't know what that's going to look like, and does he have different player preferences and all these things. So credit to Portland to just getting on with the job. I think that's been really impressive as well. And I think Ox made a good point on Drew Holiday. I know initial reports came out that when he was traded there, he actually didn't want to go because he wanted to be a part of a contender. I was someone who personally thought he was on the back end of what he could give to a team. But then when looking back, I don't think the Olympics did him any good in terms of the load, because he went from winning a championship, then he played the Olympics, and then the last year with Boston, he didn't look that great because he probably had done too much. But he looks unbelievable for Portland. He's been incredible. And I just want to shout out Duop Reith as well, because when they were 20 points down, I know he's Australian, but he hit 3 threes, by the way.
Please put me on to him. Who is this kid?
Yeah, he's Aussie for our national team. So him and Jock Landale will probably fight for the center position in 28. And shout outs to him because he hit 3 threes in a row in that game to sort of get the momentum going. And I think to swipe it to your point, this team has so much versatility that even if you just look at the center position, when you have Robert Williams, who's a guy who likes to sort of play above the rim, Donovan Clingan, who's a guy who's just a massive body. He looks bigger than everyone on the floor, and you can put him in the paint. Then you got Duop Reith, who's basically just an exclusively stretch big. And then you have Jansen, who's basically like a mini Jokic, and he has the passing. Like, the versatility is incredible. And I think Kamara, I agree with Mars. I think that as a wing defender, to me, he's the best in the league. And he's only getting better. And this Portland team's a scary team, man. Like Jeremy Grant coming off the bench, finishing games, just shows you like what the depth is for this team. They can give you a lot of different looks, and I think we all take the first 20, 30 games with a grain of salt, but with Portland, it only looks like it's going to get better. So, like you said, I don't know if top 6 is on the table, but damn, they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough all season long.
I didn't have them as a playoff team. I had them playing their way into the playoffs before the season started. I thought that they would be that good off the strength of how good the Western Conference is. And I didn't think that they would be, a top 3, top 4 seed. But what I vividly remember is Mars and I had a conversation, I believe it was in the summer, not this summer that just passed, but last summer, where the Houston Rockets, I think that they were maybe 3 games. We're probably a month away from the season being over. They were like 3 games out of the play-in spot. And I really thought that this team was on to something, only to find out that the next year they were a top 5 seed. I felt like with the Western Conference being so much better this year, and the same thing happened with the Trailblazers, where we were a month away from the season ending. And Portland was, I think they were 3 games out of a play-in spot or playing for the play-in. I didn't think that they were as good as Houston. I didn't think that defensively they were good as Houston, but I did think that with the group that they had coming back, adding Drew Holiday in terms of the vets that they had, I don't know much about this kid Reed. That's why I was asking you, Damian, who is this kid? Because he comes into the game like I fit. He comes into the game, he's clapping his hands, he's asking for the ball. There is no wide-eyed, bushy, there is nothing scared about him. He comes on the floor, ready for action, knows exactly what he's doing out there, and he's going to make them respect him. And I love that about him.
Sure.
But the fact that
Sorry, real quick. Do you know who that lineup reminds me of when they put Duop out there, or when they put Matisse out there for the 5? Do you remember the Nets in 2022-23? They would go to that 5 out, and they would just rain threes all over the place.
KD, they had
no.
KD.
This is 23, so this is after the KD era when they weren't even that good. But what they would do is they would give teams so many issues, Shield, because they had a Mars. It was Dorian Finney-Smith was playing on that roster, and so they would spread you out, but they had a bunch of switch defenders.
27 point per game Mikal era.
Yep.
That era.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was burners. And this version now, Chill, that you're seeing from Portland, it feels similar when they go to that lineup, but they're just so much better defensively. And again, man, I gotta give real shouts to Drew Holiday. I think Drew has gotten a bad rap because of last season. But when you give him an opportunity to lead a ball club and to be the most mature player on the floor, he's still a 19-5-5 player, still a really good defender, and he's developed so much as a jump shooter now that he's a legitimate threat all the way across the floor, Chill.
My issue to counter what you just said, I didn't love the Thibault, Jeremy Grant, Kamara minutes with the small ball lineup, and I didn't love it with going up against the Clippers because I felt like Zubac destroyed that front line. I was thinking that I felt like Thiago Splitter had to make an adjustment, and he stuck with it. But last night, he didn't do that. The Oklahoma City Thunder went with that small lineup, and he stuck with with clinging. He stuck with his bigs, and I think that he counted that in that aspect. I don't love that small ball lineup against big teams like San Antonio. I don't love that small ball lineup against the Clippers. No, I don't. Or when Oklahoma City goes with Chet and Hartenstein, or when they go with the double big lineup. I don't love that small ball lineup. However, it does work against other small ball lineups where I think that they're bigger and I think that they're more versatile. I do like that about them. This Trailblazer team, I think that they're onto something, man. I don't know what exactly, but they definitely are onto something.
You know, so give it a little bit of respect to Tiago Splitter. You know, because
Tiago's definitely for sure.
But we have talked about JJ Redick being an awesome coach. We have talked about Tiago Splitter being an awesome coach. And I think both guys, if you looked at their resume, it's a little bit bare. It's a little bit bare, right? With JJ, it was completely bare. Literally walked from playing to podcasting to straight to coaching. With Tiago, though, it might be a little bit unknown to NBA fans that he has actually been a player development coach for the Brooklyn Nets. He's, he was obviously an assistant in 2025. He was named as an assistant for the Portland Trailblazers, but he was also a assistant coach for the Houston Rockets. He also coached Paris basketball in LNB Elite, and I think they won a championship. So all of this like growth from 2018 to 2025 has brought him to this point and readied him for this moment. He is 40 years old, Joe. 40. I say we grew up in an era, you, me, Swiper, I don't know how old Damian is, but probably Damian as well, where coaches were regularly 55 to 60, regularly. Watching all these guys 37, 38, 40 come into the league and just connect better with this generation of players, I think it's speaking to the Mark Dagnalds of the world, right? Again, when he was hired, he was in his 30s, right? The Joe Mazzulas of the world, still the youngest coach in the league, literally my age, which is crazy to me, thinking that I'm as old as an NBA coach. That's nuts. So
two things, Penn, really quickly. Number one, it sounds to me like Tiago Splitter, when they asked him to take the job, he was like, I can do it. So he wasn't just thrusted into this job like Mazzulla was. Like when Mazzulla had to take the Boston job, like we got to find somebody, and oh shit, we got this guy on our bench that's the third of. It sounds almost like from what you're telling me that when this whole thing jumped off with Chauncey Billups, that Tiago Splitter was like, I can do it. Yeah, give me the job.
He played under Pop, Chill. He played under Pop. You cannot play under Popovich for 5 straight years and not get anything out of that. Of course, that's a massive experience. He played on his Brazilian national team. That is a lot of experience. He's had a world of basketball experience. He's obviously a very high IQ basketball player. We always saw it with him when he was playing. And now, naturally, having 6 years of kind of on-the-job training, working his way up through the ranks, I think that he is respected. But because he is still that close, he's not that far removed from being a player. He retired in 2018, right? So he still remembers the NBA as it is. There's players probably on his team that have faced him many, many times. Drew Holiday's faced him for over a decade. So that, I think, like,
Jeremy
more
Grant.
So than anything, absolutely.
Like Luka and JJ were teammates.
Exactly. And Luka, I think JJ and Tiago and Joe Mazzulla and Jordy Fernandez, I think what they're proving is coaching is, as much as it is about the experience, the big game experience, the resume, it's about connecting with your players. And I don't think it's crazy to say it's probably a little bit easier for a former player who retired in 2018, or, a guy who played overseas and is coming over now and is just 35, 40 years old, for him to connect with a roster full of 25-year-olds. Because the generation gap has widened so hard right now that, to me, like, some of these older guys like George Karl, it's like, yo, y'all, you weren't born in another century from me. You were born on another fucking planet, right? That's kind of.
But you gotta remember though, Tiago wasn't the first option after Chauncey.
See, that's the part I didn't know, Ox. I remember you said that. I did not know that.
Yeah, he wasn't the first option. There was the other coach. I can't quite remember his name. He turned it down.
He's connected to Chauncey though.
Yeah, him and Chauncey are like really close or whatever like that. So then Tiago got it. But regardless though, Pin, what you said still it still stands true. Like, Tiago's doing a great job so far. That's not. So I wasn't saying that to discredit that. I'm kind of even saying that too. Like, sometimes guys get looked over that are more than qualified to do it. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason that may be. I don't know all the.
Was it Nate Bjorkgren?
I could be his name. Pin. I was listening to I got this from when I was listening to NBA radio the other day. I was driving and they were talking about it, and that might be his name, but I didn't write it down. I tried to remember, but it could have been him.
That makes sense.
And just so people know, we're going to get into crunch time chats here in a second. But Penn, you brought up something about this youth movement. So this is as of this summer. So some of these coaches could have had birthdays passed. This is on June 9th. But Joe Mazzulla is 36 years old. Will Hardy was listed at 37 years old. Mitch Johnson, 38 years old. Mark Dagnall is currently 40 years old. Jordan Ott's 40. Charles Lee is 40. J.J. Redick is 40. Jordy Fernandez, 42. Lisalo from the Grizzlies is 42. Willie Green's 43. David Adams, 44. J.B. Bickerstaff is 46. Darko's 46. Jamal Mosley's 46. Ime Udoka's 47. Tyronn Lue is 48. Chauncey Billups was 48. Brian Keefe, Washington Wizards, is 49. So then Jason Kidd is 52. So if you listen to that, y'all, like to Penn's point, they are trying to do a better job of having maybe really millennials and like I'm talking about like late Gen X are getting the opportunity to coach the next generation, especially all these Gen Z athletes are in the league. Eventually, we're going to be on alpha, which is going to be crazy, by the way. But like, we have these very, very young generations that are taking up the NBA. I mean, they call in 25-year-olds unks. Mars is unk for a lot of folks. So I think, like, to your point, Penn, they got to be able to connect between the next generation and the next generation of coaching as well.
Hey, just give me
the young
5
man's
years,
league now.
If the job was first offered to Nate Bjorkgren, I say this as a person who watched Nate Bjorkgren, has met Nate Bjorkgren in Toronto. Bullet dodged. Horrible coach.
Oh, he sucks.
Do not want that guy being a head coach of your team. So I'm just say that, shout outs to Tiago Splitter. Love Tiago Splitter. Loved him as a player. Love him as a coach. It's awesome. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We got to get into some of these crunch time chat. Thank y'all so much for the involvement so far. The chat's been bumping. By the way, y'all, 2,000 plus people are live watching the show, and I bet 50% of you watching are not subscribed to PC. Take a second, take a breath, press the subscribe button. Make sure you're adding yourself to the daily count. We put videos out as soon as the show is over. All the live clips. You want to see Penn talking about Deandre Ayton being Gershon Yabusele, make sure you subscribe. You want to talk about Chill glazing the Portland Trailblazers, make sure you subscribe. You want to talk about Damian glazing, apparently international player that plays in the league, make sure you subscribe. You want to talk about Big Ox not glazing Russell Westbrook or bringing him up at all, make sure you subscribe. If you want to hear Mars half trolling, half serious, still getting winning the in-season tournament MVP every time he plays in the tournament, make sure you subscribe. If you want to hear a great host, shout out to Ron. Make sure you subscribe, y'all. We are on the way. So we got a $5 super chat. Tupac Westside 474. Let's see what you got. Swipe a W host $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. We'll get to this one, I imagine, a little bit later. But Hunter 999, thank you for the super chat for $10. Do you think after 2,345,123 losses to the Nuggets, the Heat would quit running the damn zone? Did anybody get a chance to watch that game yesterday?
I did watch it, and the zone wasn't the issue. The zone was the issue for them on offense, because when Denver actually ran the zone against them, they couldn't score. And the fact that they got destroyed on the glass, that was the difference in the game. Losing Bam early on in that game and them getting destroyed on the glass.
I hope he's all right, by the way.
I hope he is too. Those two things definitely correlated. I think that they got whatever they wanted around the rim last night. It had nothing to do with them playing zone. They were just too small. Losing your best rebounder. And I mean, Khalil Ware gave them as much as he could possibly give them. But I mean, I felt like that zone that Denver ran on them, their zone busters couldn't really get anything going. Fontecchio, like not just Fontecchio, but Jokic. I mean, none of those guys really were able to get anything. Jovic, I'm sorry. None of those guys were able to get anything going. They couldn't attack the middle of that zone. And I thought that Denver just did a great job on the glass yesterday. I think that they 37-16 on the glass and something like 20-5 in second chance points. They couldn't get anything. They couldn't get anything going. So, I mean, that was just a bad outing for the Miami Heat last night.
Chill. I love our daily chats because I get to introduce you to one new stat. Okay,
please.
Nikola Jokic. The 30, 15, and 15 games. Crazy numbers, right? 30, 15, and 15. Correct. There aren't a lot of players in NBA history that could really do that. It's basically him, Russ, Oscar. There just aren't a lot. He's had 7 in his career. How many do you think all the players in league history since 1980 have had? Think about all the guys who could have done it. Think about Russ. Think about Magic. Think about
1980.
Since 1980, how
So
many does the
45
rest?
seasons ago,
So he's had
going
7.
46.
How many does the rest of the league have combined?
30, 15, and 15. Is that what I'm understanding?
Mm-hmm. AKA
So-
the soon-to-be Scotty Barnes stat.
I don't think
more
Magic
than-
has ever done that. I know for a fact Moses Malone has never done that. Russ had a 20-20-20 game, so that's 1. Nope, he didn't because he had 20, not 30. That's not true. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say 5.
7. Everyone in the league has 7. He has 7. That's crazy.
How about that? Incredible.
To the PRA merchants out there, put some respect on Jokic's name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out
Shout out,
the Heat. Yeah, go ahead, Damien. I'm sorry.
Shout out Hemi Arquez, though. He's having a great season. But too
Yes.
much Jokic yesterday. It's just the guy's just phenomenal.
It's
We're
just
sort of
nuts.
numb to it now. It's just it's insane.
No, we not.
Playing
No, we
defense
not.
this season too. So shout to Jokic. He's playing.
Hey, Mars, he playing defense? Is that what I heard?
He's playing some defense. So shout out to Jokic. Once Cameron
Yeah,
Johnson remembers how to play basketball, and once Christian Brown remembers how to play basketball, Denver look like they.
Shout out to Joker making the all-league defensive team this year. Joker all-league defensive team this
Give
year.
him 20, 30
Up.
games.
Our glorious host actually shared something yesterday on X, which I reposted. This doesn't happen a lot. I don't repost swipe a lot, but this was a good one. I like it. Jokic on the season is averaging 24 points, 24.1 points. Let me not shortchange him. 13.4 rebounds, 12 assists, 2.3 steals, 0.9 blocks on 77% of hitting 77% of his 2-pointers, 30.6% of his 3-pointers. 85% of his free throws, 70% true shooting, and plus 17.5 net rating. And oh, by the way, he leads the entire league in box plus minus again. Bro, this is a down year.
Crazy.
This is a down year. I'm sorry. What was it? What were y'all saying a couple days ago? I was listening to it. Gimmick. This is a gimmick. This is the no scoring gimmick. He averaging 24 and a no scoring gimmick. My God, man.
Yeah, he started scoring the last 2 games.
Mars, just your
Law of averages.
Sure.
I got you.
That's why I watched. The Kings game and the Heat game. He started putting the ball in the basket, and he looked amazing against the Heat last night. He looked.
You know
really
why?
good against the Kings.
You know why? Because secretly, right now, we've been trying to figure out what NBA players watch the panel. Nikola Jokic watches the panel because you called out his gimmick. He started putting up 30 points a game immediately.
Yeah, now he's doing.
Well, I mean, he definitely probably is tuning into the show. He's on YouTube a lot, but he's on the gaming YouTube. That's a little known fact about Jokic. He's a huge gamer. By the way, I never. Go ahead.
I never thought I'd see the day when Luka and Jokic would compete on the defensive end at the same time.
Go.
Chill at the same time. There must be something in the water, yo.
Yeah, Jokic defense been actually good to start the season. So
Can I get Joker and Luka on the all defensive team? Yeah, I'll be in the Matrix.
you always have to
Hell
go.
no.
I will be in the Matrix. I promise you.
We say a player's playing well. Chill's like, oh, MVP conversation. We say Jokic and Luka playing defense. Oh, all defensive team. Like, let's just appreciate it for what it is, man. They're playing defense. Like, let's take what we can get.
Relax, calm down.
By the way, I do want to shout out to Miami Heat. Mars has noted this a little bit a few days ago. They don't run a pick and roll offense at all, but what they run is a gun and shoot offense. They are the chill, and then obviously Ox. You watch football a little bit. Those teams that literally they just 2-minute drill the whole game. They're Hawaii 07, like 2007 Hawaii. What they're doing is I'm talking about as soon as the ball goes through the net, one step, boom, they hit 4 threes yesterday. I want to say in the first quarter. Just transition 3. I'm talking about the camera doesn't even have time to tune right back up to the other half court, and there's a 3 up. And I see Norman Powell getting them. Norman Powell had 2 made threes and got fouled on 2 more jump shots. He had like 190 true shooting, I think, in the first half, just because he
Aren't they on
miss.
pace to break the pace record this year if they keep this up?
Historically, I doubt it.
I think
the 60s, but it's the highest in a long time for sure.
So I actually have 2 real quick questions for you. I wonder if you have these stats handy. Number 1, what is the Nuggets defensive rating with Jokic on the court, since we now know that he is playing defense?
The Nuggets defensive rating with Jokic this year. So I need to go to Wowie lineups. I'm going to go. So with Jokic, it is a 109.2. And then the offense is a 127.9. So the Nuggets defense is 6.5 points better with Jokic this year, a 109.2 defensive rating so far.
And
Yeah, filter
109.
for garbage time or no?
Yeah, that is filtered for garbage time.
So and a 109 defensive rating is actually better than their overall defensive rating.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
109
their defense been a lot
defensive
better.
rating, what would that be across the league?
So then
It's a top 5 defense. I just want to save you some time. It's a top 5 defense. So the Nuggets are a top 5 defense with Jokic anchoring the defense.
Hey,
The agenda's
boss,
better
we
be over.
starting
Well,
the Joker on all.
No,
the-
no. We're not
Well,
doing that.
technically,
Doing
the best defense is this year. Just based on that, I said it's a 109 point. What, Mars? What number did I say? It's a 109.2. So this year, based on where the NBA is, because everybody's scoring at a ridiculous rate, that actually be the third best defense in the NBA.
Yeah,
so
top
far.
5.
Top 3 in the league. Joker
Yeah.
making all.
Oh, my bad. I shortchanged him.
Jokic
My
is
bad.
making
I'm
all-
hating on you. I'm hating on Jokic.
But
A
that's
top
the thing,
scorer.
Chill. I don't think we need to go that far. I do think that if you watch Giannis, Jokic, Wemby, Luka, SGA this year, I mean, if you want to throw Austin Reeves in there, apparently, like, I mean, the level of basketball that's being played at the top of the league in all different situations. You know, Luka. I think it's Luka, Giannis, and I don't know, Mars, who the third one. It might be Austin Reeves in terms of usage this year. Like your highest scorers this year are you know, Luka or SGA. Actually, it's all the SGA, Luka, and Giannis are all like, I think they're 35% plus usage. But they have to. Like, I mean, Luka's always going to be that player.
There as well.
Jaylen Brown's up there, who's having a really good scoring year this year. There's a correlation, y'all, between like, if you're a really good on-ball player, number one option, you're an elite player, your team wants you to have the ball. So Luka has these crazy scoring stats, Giannis crazy scoring stats, SGA crazy scoring stats. I think that like their teams require them to do that. I think that everybody has to kind of take and evaluate each player in their situation and what their skill sets are. But yeah, the top of the league's been phenomenal this year. Like I really have no complaints about what we're getting from the NBA so far. Even role
Jokic
players.
currently has the best defensive box plus minus season of all time.
Hey,
And it's
Yeah,
crazy because
he's averaging 13
Defensive
rebounds a
player of
game.
the
So
year. Defensive player.
Yeah,
of the
he's
year.
averaging
We
12
doing it.
assists, and for
We
whatever
doing
reason
it.
that counts. So yeah, historic defense from Jokic is what
All,
we're seeing.
all I know is to Swiper's point, right? To Swiper's point. So we got a top 3 defense in the league. So third in the league in defense. That was I think that was
Well, they're
last season.
6th. They're 6th.
That was
They're
Houston
third.
last
They're
year.
third with Jokic. They're 6th
Okay.
overall.
Mhm. So
number one
Orlando-
offense with Jokic, number one defense with Jokic so far.
number one defense in the league. So last year, the number one defense in the league had 3 dudes on the all league defensive team. I just want to put that on your mind. That's all I gotta say.
The
about it.
the number
If
3
he's
You
not
defense.
ain't gotta
making
sell
the
me,
all
Chill.
defensive
Me
team.
No, I
Jokic
said
second.
Well, last
You
year,
just told me
Houston,
that-
last year
you told-
Houston only had 1. So okay,
I'm just saying. So
My
Swiper,
dying
to your
wish.
point, Swiper, though, it's like I think there's been also a little bit of a shift in can your best player also not play defense? I think Giannis is the exception, but the other guys, I mean SGA plays, but we're living in a world now in the NBA where the talent is so high, teams are playing at such an historic level that can you have a non-defender on the floor anymore?
Yes.
I think for Luka especially, he needs to just be able to, if for the initial action, keep guys in front of him, be in the passing lanes, be a good help defender. I think now more than ever, it's really important. Obviously, these guys are carrying heavy burdens offensively, but can they be okay defensively? Can you not be a shadow? I think, and it goes to your point a little bit where they're starting to hunt SGA, and he can still manage the game effectively. I think there's something to be said about these superstars setting the tone defensively or just being part of a good defense. I think maybe we're starting to see a bit of a shift there where we probably went too far maybe a few seasons ago.
Damian, I think it's on the flip side to that. I think because offense is so good and the floor is so spread out that you can't have a guy on the offensive end that doesn't give you anything. Defensively, on the other hand, I mean, we do have guys to protect you. And as long as you can rebound the basketball, like I think Joker, like I think about the better rebounders in the game. I think Joker may be the best defensive rebounder in the game. That includes Cat, that includes Sabonis, that includes Bam Adebayo, that includes Giannis. I think Joker might be the best defensive rebounder in the game. So if I got a guy where I got guys protecting you on the perimeter and he rebounds the way that he does when we can stop plays where we're not allowing teams to get second and third chance opportunities, I think you can have a guy who's not a great defender, but is damn good on the glass, and we got enough guys to protect him.
Well, and I will say this too, you know, in this super chat, he's averaging a 23% usage this year, Mars, but he has a 50% assist percentage right now, which is
nuts.
I think
So
I think like this is so underrated.
He won the MVP that year. He was close to 50%.
Like something about defense that's so underrated. I'm glad you said defensive rebounding, and he's the best defensive rebounder. If you don't close a defensive possession, the reason that is so important is because off of offensive rebounds comes the most efficient offense. So again, if my goal is to win a basketball game, the two things I need to limit you on is offensive rebounds and transition, right? Because those are the most efficient brands of offense you're going to get.
So basically, you're saying stop the Houston Rockets offense,
right? And then the third thing would be paint touches, because players are way more efficient. And maybe the fourth thing would be corner threes and communication on that. Jokic does so many things to limit turnovers by, like he's a turnover suppressor in that sense, right? So number one, he limits the other team from getting out in offense. That's the first thing. Second, I think because of his offensive stability, he does a lot to balance the court. Like he makes sure that the court is balanced defensively for transition. Again, if you watch with a calculator, you're not going to see this, but if you watch with your eyes, you're going to see how often he will actually communicate that the spacing is off for a defensive rotation. The third thing he does is he closes possessions with those defensive rebounds. So even though he's not an elite rim protector, he still does that. Number four, like he actually creates turnovers because of the steals. I mean, chill. Like he's averaging 2.3 steals per game. Hakeem Olajuwon only clipped that mark once. We value this when it comes down to a great defender. We say, wow, it's amazing. He gets so many steals. Yeah, those digs and those quick hit aheads, they lead to efficient offense. And then the fourth thing is not allowing a team to get out in transition by anchoring offense that is efficient means the team always has to bring it out of bounds. So when your offense is super stable with a guy like Luka or Jokic, and it just helps your defense so much. And the fifth final thing is he has this mega wingspan. He's just a big dude.
He was second in the league in steals last year, just so y'all know. He was second.
Exactly. So he has those long arms. So does Luka, by the way. So when people say Luka and Jokic are really, really bad defenders, I always push against that because I say, I don't think they're as bad as you think they are. There's levels to bad. There's Trae Young on one end, just totally helpless, totally not communicating, just really small dude. There's Jalen Brunson, guys like that. There's Karl Anthony Towns, who just frankly is really bad. And then there's Jokic and Luka, which is like they're passable. At worst, they are always decent. They're not great. They're decent.
Well, I don't think the two are in the same conversation defensively.
Why do you hate that, Moss?
At worst, they're always decent.
Yeah, decent.
No.
They have moments.
Luka's usually terrible.
How worse?
Luka is not.
Do we know what the word worse means?
Luka has had. To be fair,
worse, they're egregious.
Yeah, to be fair,
but I understand the holistic point.
But Penn, I think you were cooking up until that point. I do think, to be fair, Luka has some abysmal like season and stretches. Jokic also like has had some really abysmal moments for sure. Like we can name them. I can name them off the top of my head. But I will say, I think we did spend a lot of time on that one, but I do obviously we haven't talked about the Nuggets and all that. I get it, but like really the Nuggets played 2-3 zone for the first half again yesterday. They're really going to do this. Like they're doing this. Like they're going to play 2-3 zone for a lot of the year. They held the Miami Heat to a 107 offensive rating last night, which for the Heat, again, that's really good, which is the way the Heat been playing basketball. Next super chat, Switchblade 98 $5 super chat. Miss Johnson is garbage. He needs to be fired as soon as possible because that was some terrible coaching last night.
No, he doesn't.
I thought he's been coaching great this year.
He has been.
Yeah, I thought he was being pretty good as well.
He probably made a substitution the guy doesn't like, because that's what coaching is, substitutions.
And shout out to Jeremy Sohan
fired for
substitutions and timeouts. Substitutions.
He just got the job. Chill.
That's all coaching is. If a team goes on a run and the coach doesn't call a timeout, fire them. If they don't sub in the guy you want at the time you want them to be subbed in, the coach sacks. That's all coaching is.
So, he got them playing hard.
Mitch Johnson must have made a bad sub yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know who that was.
I don't know, but this is interesting right here. I don't know if Mackay White, $9.99 super chat. Mars. If Luka is never traded, they probably make the playoff, which disqualifies them from getting Coop. So Coop technically was a part of the trade. Still doesn't excuse Nico's process, however. Good Mars, good brother Mars. Thierry Henry.
See how they.
No, that's not how that works.
Yeah. See how they.
It's just not how that works.
If they make the playoffs, he's still part of the trade. Okay.
They suck, Shill.
So because they
also-
traded Luka and ended up being bad, even though
Yep.
they didn't want to be bad, they actually thought they was going to compete that year. They then lucked into a number 1 pick or got rigged into a number 1 pick.
No.
And then you're going to say, well, if they still had Luka, they wouldn't have been bad enough to get that number 1 pick in the first place. That doesn't mean that Cooper Flag was part of the trade. That's just not how that works, like at all. But whatever, if that's how you got to cope, I guess.
And I'm still not on the whole logic of it being rigged. Like, why wouldn't they rig it for New York? Why wouldn't they rig it for Brooklyn? Why wouldn't they rig it for Los
New York
Angeles?
didn't trade Luka.
Did they rig it for Orlando when they got Penny and Shaq back to back?
Right. Why wouldn't they? But they didn't get no. They won
less than 1% chance, and you ended up with Penny.
They traded
won
though.
the
They
lottery.
traded. They traded back, or
Yeah, they won
for
the
Penny.
lottery.
They could have got Chris Webber.
This Clay situation's interesting in Dallas. I don't.
They
Clay's
came off
looked.
the bench?
Clay's looked really bad. I don't know. I'm happy that they made the. I'm happy that they inserted D'Lo into the starting lineup at this. But to your point, Swiper, they don't look good, man. They do
They
not
just
look
lost to the
good.
Pelicans.
You know who does look good? Derek Queen. Looks great.
They lost to the Pelicans.
Derek Queen reminds me of Alperen Sengun.
100%.
I like Derek Queen, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
he
don't want to
reminds-
hear any
he
Hanson
reminds me a
Yang.
lot of Alperen
I don't
Sengun.
want to hear any Hanson Yang baby Jokic when you got Derek Queen out there. Derek Queen a lot
What's the
closer to
connection
Yoke right now.
between Queen and Cooper Flag? Because there's something going on. Like they know each other or something like that. Because Cooper ended up missing the shot at the end, and Queen came and gave him the massage. I think they
school.
switched jersey.
High school,
is that what it
two,
is?
two of the
Okay.
best players in the country. They
Okay.
played together in
wondering
McDonald's All-American team.
Okay, I was wondering what the connection was between those two guys, like how they knew each other. I got you.
Chill, this is 2025. Every player who's good knows every player who's good. They all came up together.
Just because
Yeah,
I know
used
you
to.
don't mean I'm with you though. Just so we
Derek
clear.
Queen
Just
played
for
for
But they
Montverde,
do-
So they played
Yeah, they were
Oh,
also
they went to high
teammates.
school together.
And,
Okay,
and they
I
all
got
also
Yeah.
teammates at Malvern.
Okay.
Yes.
I got you. That makes more sense.
But yeah, Derek Queen reminds me of Alperen Sengun. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Alperen Sengun. Like Sengun is really taken a good jump, which is nice. But that's what he reminds me of, like this big who's like best driving downhill from the outside. Feel as a passer. Defensively, it's going to be a lot about improving mobility, but it's going to be more about positioning sound instead of being this vertical rim presence. And I wasn't the highest on Derek Queen because like he looked out of shape a lot. But the skill set and the talent like is absolutely there. It's just about how do you cultivate that and maximize it. And
He does
they're on
need
a
to get in
two-game winning
shape,
streak
though.
without Zion. So
Is it fair to say he has
I agree.
better natural feel and passing ability than Şengün did at the same age? Because I know Şengün came in really early. I've never been
well,
super
how old
impressed.
is Derek Queen? Is 20, right? Like he's not a
Yes.
young rookie.
He's
Okay,
young,
so
man.
same
Like, I
stage.
spoke to him
Let's
when he
look-
was here a lot. I spoke to him when he was here a lot. He's just a kid, man. He's just a
Yeah,
kid.
he's 21.
and-
He's 21 in December. So like
yeah.
I wouldn't
That
say
might not
he's
be a
as
young
good as-
rookie, but he's still young though.
Yeah, but like
He's a young guy.
Şengün at the same age is like that's
Oh.
like
That's
so
his
that's what I'm saying. 'Cause
second,
right
third
now,
year.
Şengün is 23 now, and he only just turned 23. There's only like a year and a half separation between
It
them.
seems like y'all are on the verge of giving a little grace about trading that pick.
Oh no,
No.
the trade is still
Hell no.
criminal, in my opinion.
Huh?
But
All right.
if Derek Queen does turn into like,
It's gonna take
Even
time
if he
for him
doesn't-
to turn it.
depending on what that pick turns into for the Hawks, if Derek Queen turns into like an Alperen Şengün level player, that still might end up being a bad trade.
Yeah, if they
Because
get
like that pick really could be a top 3 pick. But
Mhm.
the Pelicans are on a 2-game winning streak right now. They've got themselves out of the 15th spot in the West. They're now 14th. So you know they're climbing. They're climbing.
Hey, Penn, you
Zion,
bullshitting. It's the
what
difference
he looks
between
like.
being in the basement and being on the
but
steps
they
in the basement.
haven't they but
Those
the
two
thing
things
is
ain't
Jill,
same.
They're,
brother.
they're climbing as
Nah,
well.
they have no incentive
Chill. You
They
in
have
the
no
basement,
incentive either
you
way,
move
though.
to
That's the
another room in
problem,
the
like-
basement. That's it.
That's right, yeah.
Could you-
Well, they
could you-
definitely don't want
Try
to
and
be
win
bad.
games.
But this is what I'm saying, Omar. It's like I think the issue is when you already don't have. They already know they're screwed. There's no like we're not making the playoffs or to play in, but also we don't have any incentive to not to suck either. I mean, they're really just stuck in the worst possible place right now.
That
Chill.
doesn't-
Yeah, and they might need to
it
make a
doesn't
few
make sense
moves to
because
get some,
if Derek
some draft
Queen
capital back.
turns out to be a really good basketball player, then we're not gonna. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Chill.
It won't be remembered as like criminal. But like,
Yeah.
if for example that pick turns into Darren Peterson, and Darren
Right.
Peterson turns into everything people say he can be, Derek Queen being an all-star caliber player won't be viewed as, oh my god, egregious trade. but it will be still seen as like could have that piece.
This is still,
Yeah,
but
devil's advocate, though.
either way, this is still something for me that you have to wait 3-4 seasons before we can really have a take on it. Like,
First of all, devil's advocate.
We got to wait and let these kids develop before we can just go off and just say that.
For
but
sure.
chill, I do want to say that I'd much rather be in the basement than on the steps of the basement because, like, at least I know what's down here. I'm scared. I don't like being on the stairs of basements. It's kind of scary. I've seen too many scary movies, man. Like,
See, I'm a glass half full type of dude. I've always been a glass half full type of dude. If I'm on the steps, that means I'm moving up from the basement. I ain't in the basement no more, and I'm closer to the light than I am the basement. Nah, I'm good.
I just don't play on stairs. I was a clumsy kid. Chill.
Penn, I gotta get back to the. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Ox. Now we had another big performance last night. I don't know if people got a chance to watch this one, but good brother. I'll share this for y'all real quick. Donovan Mitchell went crazy yesterday, and purportedly, sources say, aka sources being Donovan Mitchell, said he dropped 46 points because he got pissed at a kid on 2K. He said, this kid pissed me off today. I was playing 2K. He called me washed up in a bunch of things, but I love it. He said he ain't seen a highlight from me in a minute. I told him, all right, we'll see. This game was for that kid or grown man. Let me see if you can hear this.
That I had based on the court. This kid pissed me off today. I was playing 2K. I've been playing 2K for like 2 hours, and I told him, too. I was like, wait, just wait. And he just called me washed up. He called me a bunch of things. But I love it, you know what I mean? He said he ain't seen a highlight from me in a minute. And I just told him, all right, we'll see. He said, tell me to go to sleep. Like, he was going in. So this game was for that kid or grown man, whoever that was. So I appreciate you. I told him I'd give him a shout-out, too. So that's what tonight was. But no, as a whole, this night was really dope, man. I'm kind of hoping we keep the court, you know what I'm saying? But and kind of keep it for our home games, but we'll see.
All right, well, Donovan Mitchell in this game, again, 46 points and 8 assists. And then if you
like he told the kid to bet his overs, but
if you watch this game and shout out brother Damien, the Spider-Man match, Donovan Mitchell, 46 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 15 of 21 from the field, 6 of 11 from 3. Just absolutely went off. By the way, Ox, can I hate for a second? I don't mean hate. I really love Donovan Mitchell. Shout out to my brother. But Ox, you understand me.
I'm disgusted.
This man was rage baiting, making $50 million a year, chill. He's in a Devin Booker level garage, right? Playing 2K, probably on a screen the size of my house, right? And so he's playing, and on the little couch bed next to him, that's probably what? I don't know, $10,000 mattress, got all the nice silk sheets and everything else. And there is Coco Jones wearing a $15 million wedding ring is sitting right over there. So he's playing on a TV the size of my house. He's getting rage baited by a kid. You know what happened when I get rage baited? I just get angry and I just be quiet. Mars rage baited me 3 days ago and I fell for it. And then I didn't get no money for it. I didn't get no 2K love for it. I got rage baited, had to go back to work. Had to go back to work.
We'll swipe it.
No, Ox, I'm not done.
Okay,
and then Coco Jones is sitting laying there, Ox. He gets up to finish his game. Hey, Coco, you want to go get some Denny's at 2 a.m.? Sure, why not? They go grab some Denny's, get some all-you-can-eat pancake, a triple stack probably. And then he goes back to work and drops 46 points on 21 shots, leaves the game in his Maserati, 2026 edition, and then gets in the car with Coco Jones to go back home. I support that he's living this life.
You sound jealous.
This is the thing. He's a superstar NBA player. So yeah, all these things, that's just the way they live. But let's assume that Coco Jones isn't just sitting around the house. She's still a working woman. You know what I'm saying? She's still out doing her thing. You know what I mean?
She's on break. She's not touring right now.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? I just don't want to assume that.
I checked, Penn.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of Donovan. You know what I'm saying? I'm super proud of Donovan. The reason I'm upset with Donovan is because if this is what it takes, so you mean that you could just do this anytime you want, but you need a kid playing video games out here to piss you off?
Yeah, should we worry? Should we worry?
That's disgusting, despicable. So if you got that in you, let's get 46 every day then, D. Mitch. That's my only problem. It took a kid on a video game to upset you, to go off like this.
Did we watch the
That's
playoffs?
what pisses me off. Everything else, I'm proud of you, D. Mitch. Keep doing your thing, brother. But come on, that's to me that's just disrespectful. Oh yeah, I got mad playing the video game, so I decided to go crazy.
I'll tell you what, Damien. You guys have the floor because when I talk Donovan Mitchell, I feel like I'm up. This is what I'm doing when I'm up here. But I tell you what, the floor is yours, guys. All of you guys. You already know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell. Floor is yours.
I think a lot of people forget how good he is. I think, to be honest with you. The Cavs, I don't know how many people watching the Cavs consistently. They're obviously a smaller market, and look, I don't know if their brand of basketball is setting people on fire, but Donovan Mitchell's still really good, man. And he was really good in the playoffs, and he elevates in the playoffs, and he's still one of the best sort of scorers in the league. Super athletic, can do a lot of things. I thought it was funny that the kid pissed him off, and he went crazy. I don't know whether to be worried about that or not, but he's still really good, man. There's so many good players in the league.
Mars, did you use your Jokic build? Is that what you did? Did you use your Jokic build to rage bait him?
Okay. I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything. But shout out to Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, first of all, this is insane. I mean, he took a step back last year to accommodate, a very, very talented team. Right now, he's averaging 31 points per game. Cool. After last night's game, but let's not act like we haven't seen stars get pissed off at fans. LeBron literally put up 56 and birthed LeBronto because Chris Bosh's girlfriend was chirping him in the front row.
Put 56 on them.
56.
He wasn't doing nothing until you started this. You'll start yapping.
And then he looked at her and said, "It's your fault."
I think it's different in the heat of competition.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Who cares? Different. No, first of all, Michael Jordan wasn't motivated by reporters saying that the Bulls were going to get bounced.
He made stuff up.
Yeah, but he was psychotic.
Shaq didn't get motivated.
Jalen Green, every time one of the IG baddies was in the sideline in March of 2023, he would give 38 points a game, and Mars be up here. Woo! Look at Jalen Green.
What time to be alive?
Look at Jalen Green.
Respectfully, we talking about great players here. Let's not bring Jalen Green to the
Whoa. That month, he had his Josh Giddey run. Give him credit.
I'm pretty confident that we said that Jabbar was washed. He's old, and Jabbar went out and won the Finals MVP.
Facts. So what the hell's wrong with a little bit of extra motivation? That means you're a bum. On the one hand, y'all sitting up here defending a dude who's playing for a contract for the first time in 4 years. He cares about basketball, and on the other hand, you're mad or upset.
Did anybody call Donovan Mitchell a bum?
I didn't hear those words. No, I didn't hear those.
Anybody up here call Donovan Mitchell a bum?
You know how I feel about him, Ox. You already know how I feel.
You're worried about him, Damien. You're worried about him or whatever.
No, it's tongue in cheek. I just thought it was funny.
No. How dare you try and make a humorous joke? No.
Wait, but to be fair, the worst, you brought up the LeBronto, the worst girlfriends and / wives or side chicks or just IG baddies for the day. The worst performance they ever put up to cost a dub was Clippers Nuggets. Ox, do you remember that? When the Clippers were up in game 5, 18 points, and then the sideline, you saw the sideline baddies doing all this other stuff, and Paul Millsap, I'm talking about he zeroed in on the baddies doing all that dancing. Said, all right, you want to dance? Dance for this. 5, 6, 7.
See, that's one thing. That's one thing to me, though, Swiper. Like in the heat of the moment type stuff like that. Like that's why I never understood the home court advantage or whatever. Because it's like any crowd should be able to motivate you. Like when people are on the crowd like booing you or talking shit to you, like to me, like that's what's up. Like, okay, come on, let's do that then. Or when it's your home crowd and they're cheering, like, okay, cool, I need that. So, like, either way, I understand how that works. Like, I'm not knocking that.
Man, I tell you right now,
I'm kind of more so just joking about it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it's no way that you're telling me, you know what I'm saying? You get motivated by kids on 2K.
Why not?
Why?
I don't know. I don't play 2K. So
but to be fair, if Snow Allegra was watching this show right now, said I need to put on an Oscar-worthy performance, it's happening. Like I'm Luka. Give me 39% usage. It's over. It's over. The show's over.
Ox, there's a level of competition that you have in you that motivates you. So if you playing in a city, Sacramento, for example, you play for the Kings. The Kings are actually a good team, and the Kings being a good team, you know what, Ox? You so washed. The stuff that I've seen from you, and I'm 15, by the way. You've heard that not just from me, and you let it go a couple of different times, but you've heard it now from a bunch of different people, including kids. After a while, you start hearing that, oh, you think I suck? Okay, you know what? I'm going to figure this out today. Today is the day that I'm going to shut all of you goofballs up because you think I suck. I've heard it. This is the last time I'm gonna listen to this. You're gonna stop talking about me like I suck. I'm tired of hearing it. It's just the level of competition in these players. And Donovan Mitchell, who, by the way, I've said to you guys countless times, because I'm up here when I talk about Donovan Mitchell, whether it's with Mars, whether it's with Penn, whether it's with Swiper, I'm up here boxing you guys because I think he's the best two guard in the game. I still stand on that. And when he does stuff like this, which I'm not surprised because I saw him score 71 and the NBA said, we need you to come step into this room and take a blood test because we want to make sure that you're not too good. So I know that this dude gets busy. And I know that this dude gets busy on the regular, but it doesn't take much to motivate these guys. It doesn't. You're washed. This guy's better than you. Your team isn't very good. It doesn't take much to motivate these guys. They're pros.
Yeah. No, I hear you, Chill. And once again, like I'm fine with it. Like I said, I'm more so, just kind of being lighthearted, joking about it. I know Donovan Mitchell can't just average 46 points. I know that. Like it's just funny to me, But once again, though, Chill, a long time ago, back when I was playing basketball, it didn't take much to fire me up. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, like I felt personally like I was giving my all every game, every chance I got on the court. I felt personally like I was playing the best I could. But to your point, though, it's always. There's always those times where somebody might say the wrong thing in the crowd or bring up something, or what I'm saying, even further back, like in high school, say something about your girlfriend or something from the other team. So it's like, oh, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand that. Shit, in Australia, we went up to Geraldton, and hey, that's the country up there. Them folks, they wasn't playing with me. So okay, I got something for your ass, So I love that though. I love that. Shout out to D Mitch. I'm just having fun. No big deal.
It's worth noting he had 37 points the game before. Just putting that out there. He had
fill it up. 40. Fill it
He's had a great
season.
He's
he's absolutely not washed. So that kid on 2K probably, he don't know what he's talking about. I once talked to an NBA coach that said there's 4 types of players that I've coached in my life. Number 1 is the guy who's only motivated by positivity. The other guy is the only guy. I gotta talk down. I gotta talk up to this guy. I can't criticize him. I have to be soft gloves with him because he can lose confidence real fast. A lot of young players are like this. Number 2 is the one who's only motivated by negativity. I got to tell him that he sucks. I got to tell him that I think he's washed. I got to tell him that I don't think he can guard this guy to get him in the right headspace, right? Number 3 is the guy who can't be motivated at all. He's not motivated by nothing. I could throw a fucking chair at his head and he won't be motivated by it. Nothing is going to get this guy out of his malaise. And the 4th type, which is all great players, in my opinion, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you name it, Shaquille O'Neal, motivated by everything. Everything. You say, nice game, Mike. Who is he to talk to me? Right? Motivated by positivity and negativity. That's a self-starter. That's what you want your superstar to be. I feel like Donovan Mitchell has that mentality to some degree.
This isn't necessarily about D Mitch. I'm kind of just separating this statement from this conversation. But I've just never understood athletes that just weren't motivated. Like I understand something.
What were you motivated by?
Something can happen to where you might have a bad performance and you kind of like down on yourself a little bit, but that's kind of like a part of the game. So I just never understood like just not being motivated or not, or just not going hard. It just doesn't make sense to me. But shout out to D Mitch. I'm not talking about D Mitch. I think D Mitch is a hell of a basketball player.
So we're going to go through the fast breakdown real quick. We had a lot of games last night that we didn't get a chance to tap into. So namely, starting off with this Philadelphia 76ers versus Cleveland Cavalier game. The Cleveland Cavaliers go to 5-3. They're 132 to 121 victory last night. And if you look at the Philadelphia 76ers side, VJ Escom only 7 points last night. Not the greatest game. He did play 37 minutes. Tyrese Maxey, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 10 of 20 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He just continues to play super efficient basketball. Kelly Oubre had 19. Last night, no Joel Embiid. He was resting. So the Sixers, they moved down to 5-3. But on the other end, Darius Garland, he makes his return last night, right? Well, that was his return last night. Yep.
That's right.
That's the first game he played. Yep.
And he had 8 points, 4 assists, just 3 of 11 from the field. But again, there's something too. All of a sudden, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell on the court, and Jared Allen, and they look like a dominant team. Evan Mobley, 23 points, just 5 rebounds, 3 assists yesterday, 9 of 17 from the field, 53% from the field, and he shot 60% from 3 last night. He's been hitting his threes now for really the greater part of 2025. Jared Allen was a plus 24, 24 and 10 last night. Dominant performance. And then Sam Merrill off the bench had 14 points as well in the Philly-Cleveland game. So that's a great job by them. Next up yesterday, you had Detroit versus Utah. And Cade Cunningham, y'all, continues to have a season. And I'm not sure who said Cade. That was Real Talk. Said Cade Cunningham could be better than Steph Curry this year. Well, it's possible.
Say that.
Cade Cunningham yesterday in a 114-103 victory over the Utah Jazz. Cade Cunningham, 31 points, 10 assists last night, 3 rebounds. Now, he shot the ball 28 times. Duncan Robinson had 9 points. Jalen Duren, 22 and 22, chill. Yeah. Dominant rebounding game yesterday. Just an absolute force. I think he's 21, Mars. Is he 21, 22?
Yeah. He's still really young. I think he's 21.
Like 21. He's 21.
And he's on his way. He's a year away from getting a contract extension. So they're going to get him he's going to get a max deal or whatever his deal is going to be, a rookie extension from 22 to 25, which is it's just insane. Like how young he is. His upside is so high.
He's about to be 22 like next week.
Sure. Yeah. And he came in the league at 17.
No.
18.
18. He was. I think
I'm
he was
saying drafted when he was drafted.
When he got drafted, I think he was the youngest player in the league. I think.
Yeah, I mean, Penn. He's been through a lot of iterations of that Detroit team as well. Ausar Thompson had 18 points, 7 rebounds last night, 4 assists. He continues to dazzle this season. He's having a very underrated year this year. Not getting talked about a lot. Karis LeVert had 10 points off the bench. So great job. Keontae George, who continues his resurgence, had 19 points, 6 assists, just 6 of 18 from the field. Civ yesterday had 28 points, man. And if you don't get a chance to watch the Utah Jazz, man, Civ is a good player. He's somebody that is like a good shooter. He provides a lot for the Utah Jazz. He's a really good player. Nurkic just had 6 points, but he had 17 rebounds yesterday. Taylor Hendricks, former top 10 draft pick, no points, 7 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, 25 points, 4 rebounds. And also, bad news, Walker Kessler is out for the season. Shoulder injury.
Shoulder surgery, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really obviously tough for Utah, tough for him.
You said Svi Mihajlovic had the 28 points?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Svi. Real quick, Swiper, just one quick note on Jalen Duren. So the Detroit Pistons, initially, if you remember that draft, they had a draft board where they had Jaden Ivey above Keegan Murray. And then the Kings moved up to 4, and they took Keegan Murray. Well, everyone was saying, you got to take Jaden Ivey. So when the Pistons found that they had the 5th pick, they were like, well, obviously, we take the fourth guy on our board. But do you know who they had right after Jaden Ivey on their board? It was Jalen Duren. And then they ended up getting him at 13. So really, I mean, yeah, they got the 5th pick and they got the 13th pick, but really for them, they got their top 5 picks. They got 2 top 5 picks to put next to Cade. So that's shout out to the Pistons, man.
Yeah,
and really,
I like Jalen Duren coming in.
To go back to,
it was like
to
him
go back,
and Mark Williams. I was team.
Mars, you were big on this Lonzo Ball signing in the summer. I liked it, but I wasn't as big on it as you were. He's been great for this crew. The rotation guard that he is, the dynamic.
If he could just start making some shots, that would be nice.
Now, I think that's where the issue is. No doubt about that. I think that if he can make some shots, I think he would make them even better. But the ball handler, the guy who finds other guys in space when they're in their offense, I think he just makes them so much better. And on defense, he's able to protect a whole bunch of their guys on the wing. And Sam Merrill is just, I'm not going to say that he's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see guys like Reed Shepherd, because I think Reed Shepherd could shoot the basketball. But like Sam Merrill is a knockdown shooter. That's who he is, 100%. But the addition of Lonzo Ball to this roster, I think it's paramount for what they're doing right now. Huge.
He had 8 assists in just 20 minutes or something yesterday.
He was awesome last night, yo. He didn't make a lot of shots, but that's because Donovan Mitchell got going. That's because he was feeding the ball in the post to Jared Allen, who there's a reason why. And I'm not going to make an excuse, but the reason why Mobley had such a difficult time fighting with Andre Drummond is a nightmare, right? Fighting with Andre Drummond in that paint is a nightmare dealing with him. Both him and Jared Allen had a real difficult time with Andre Drummond last night. So Mobley's got to be better, no doubt about that. But fighting with Andre Drummond, yeah, I was watching that game last night, and they had a real difficult time with him. Real difficult on the glass.
By the way, I want to make sure I pronounce his full name correctly, because I try to do that for everybody. His name is Fiadoslav Mikhailuk. It's how you say his name. So it's like Fee with an S-F-E-E. So in case anybody wants to use
and I thought the Cade's offense would get better off the strength of Jalen Duren being better. And it seems like Jalen Duren, him diving to the rim, I think that's helping him. And I'm telling you this right now, Ox, and I may sound crazy. This Isaiah Stewart from the long ball line thing is a real thing.
Mhm.
It is a real thing.
That's their
Yes,
best lineup. That five
Yes.
with Cade,
Mhm.
Asar, and it's not, they don't have much shooting in the lineup. Like Beef Stew is their second pump, like catch and shoot guy. Like he's their second option outside of Duncan Robinson. But it works because of like the rim protection, the athleticism. Like they dominate the paint on both sides of the ball. And I
But
think that's
Caden
where the
Duran-
success comes.
Caden Duran might be like a top 5 2-man action. Like their pick and roll is crazy, bro. I don't know what the efficiency
Duran does
numbers are
screen
with
really
their pick and
well.
roll.
Yes, he does.
They are
Duran does
crazy,
screen
man.
really well.
Let's look it up.
Yes.
It's gotta be
it's
high,
really
man.
good. My only concern with Utah is like they've pretty much given up on Cody Williams already.
Already, yo, what happened, Mars?
Yeah, like they drafted him top 10 last year, and we all know the Jazz are tanking. They're not trying to win games, and he can't even crack the rotation. And this is a team that's actively not trying to win. So I don't know if that means like they just don't believe in him. Like the only time he really plays is garbage time at this point. And that's, I guess, a concern when you're looking at a Jazz team that's not trying to win and is probably focused on development a bit more than other teams. And he can't get minutes, and I think that's concerning for his career long term. But then they picked up his team option, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Cody Williams, but that's my like only real concern when it comes to the Jazz. And,
You think he's
what
going to
his
need a
future
new
looks like.
situation to really get a chance to run?
That's what I would have thought, but then you wouldn't pick up the team option on someone you don't view long term. It just wouldn't.
They
make
took him.
sense,
They
I
took him
don't
top
think.
10 though. Like
Maybe
you know,
they do though, Mars. Like, do you remember
But
what?
then it doesn't make sense to just not play him.
Well, I don't want a bad brand of basketball, right? Because if you look at this team, I understand where you at with it. Like, I got to get this kid on the floor to see what he has. But with the collection of guys that I have, I can have dudes around him that's ruining him and can screw him up and make him worse. So maybe they might be shelving him so they can get a better collection of guys. That way they can maybe maximize his skill level even more. What I'm equating that to when Simons was up in Portland, where they basically stashed him and they were just developing him into becoming a player. And once they felt more comfortable with the group that they had around him, then maybe we could start putting them out there, as opposed to what's going on with Cody Williams. They clearly, if you're gonna pick up his team option, they clearly dig him, because if they didn't, they would have dumped him. Maybe we can get a better collection of guys around him, especially when you got a high draft pick like that. A better collection of guys around him, so we don't ruin him.
At least with Simons, he was on the Blazers team that was good. So like Cody Williams on a bad team. That's just it's concerning. But we'll see. I hope it works out for him, because obviously you never want to see someone not be able to get to the level that whatever they're capable of. But we'll see.
is he like Peyton Watson, kind of just more underdeveloped?
Yeah, he's very raw.
I don't see that type of defensive upside. I was never the highest on Cody Williams. I didn't see the vision when other people were like very high on him in like the draft community or whatever. But like the intrigue with him was like he's a big wing. He was like a really good finisher in college, and he shot 41% from three. It was very low volume, but like there was like upside of him being able to do a few things. Like he was like a Swiss Army knife of sorts. Right now, it's like he just doesn't really do much at the NBA level, like really well. And he's physically very underdeveloped from my perspective.
Yeah.
But it's tough because taking someone with a lottery pick on a tanking team and then they're out of the rotation in year 2, that doesn't seem like it's going to bode well for his future. But I don't know.
Is it fair to think that maybe they just saw his brother and like, hey, he might get that good?
Yeah, I think that's definitely
It's possible, but I don't know if like at the NBA level, if scouting is that rudimentary. Yeah, but I'd hope at the NBA level, the highest level of basketball, scouting isn't as rudimentary as you have your brother's genes. Let's hope. Like, I hope that's not how.
Well, hold on, no, Mars, because I was told up here that if you're a twin, that means y'all got the same capability, same DNA. That means you can do everything your twin can do. I was up here and I
They're
heard
not
that.
twins, though.
Huh?
No,
they aren't twins. They're just brothers. But
yeah, they're just brothers.
even with twins, I still
say with me,
we're twins. Even
we're brothers. And we're
That
happy.
was still crazy. I know they're not twins.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that
It's
either.
still ridiculous.
So like, yeah, it's concerning. I'd hope they
that's not even true with twins. That's not true.
But Marcus is clearly the best. Yeah, because Marcus is way better than Markieff. Like a good bit better than
Caleb
Markieff.
is better than Cody.
Yeah, by like a good amount.
Right, but I just want to be very clear that that's not true.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm telling y'all, we gotta slow down.
Brooks not better than Robin?
Okay, first of all,
Brooke was better than Robin.
Brooke is way better than Rob.
Oh,
Brooke is
yeah.
way better.
J-Dub
is better than the Sore.
Yo,
But I just want to make that really clear that not only is that not
really
true
good
with
year,
brothers,
I'll
but
say
it's
that.
not.
Asor's
with
having a
twins.
crazy
It's
season
not true
right now,
with
dude.
twins, okay?
Right.
I'm saying, but look, I'm not
still
gonna lie to
true,
you.
I mean, they're
but
two different
Asar's having
people.
a
Yeah.
really good
Maybe if Asar
Damien,
wasn't in
that was
Detroit,
it was a wild episode.
if he wasn't in the Motor City, I think people will respect him a little bit more. But he's like Asar is really good. He just isn't in the wrong place. They don't get any TV time. You know, Amin has just more aura than Asar. That name alone. So like, you know, would you rather have an amen on your, you know, back? I'm just saying that I think that's what it is. I think it's a location. I think it's the name. Like, I just think it's a lot because Asar is closer to Amin than a lot of people give it credit for. But I think it's just we don't see or hear about him at all.
I think Asar is a pretty dope name, Swiper. Personally.
No, I know, but I'm talking about for other people. Other people.
Nuts, right?
It's just worth
28 and 10
noting
matter
Yo,
though. 28 and 7, the 19 and 8, that doesn't matter though. That stuff doesn't matter. But the fact that he's got aura on him.
That's what I said. But if you look at Asar's name, though, yeah, but Asar's really
They're both
good.
really good. Yeah, they're both.
They are really
I think
good. I
Amen
think
is
Amen's better than him.
I think
I think
Amen
Amen is
is
better
better
than
as
him.
well. I think Amen is better. I just think Asar is he goes under the radar a bit. And
Yeah, but there's not a massive,
know if that is
massive
because
gap like people think there is.
I don't think it's a huge gap, Damien. I'm not saying like Amen.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just think he's better than him. I do think.
I think that's
I do
Swappers'
think-
point. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
some
do think he's
Yeah,
better
context.
than him. though.
Just some
they're
context
both really
on this,
good.
on this Cody Williams thing. First of all, J-Dub blossomed in his third season at Santa Clara. In his first season, he averaged like 7 points per game. Cody Williams was drafted out of Colorado after his first season.
They're both Denver
And-
athletes, by the way. If you didn't know.
Shout out
Oh,
to
I
Denver.
didn't know that.
So it's just worth saying that the reason that I think the Jazz were high on him is because he shot 41% from three. I think the reason a lot of us were lower on him is because he showed very little half-court creation, and the three-point shooting was on very, very low volume. I think he averaged like 1.7 attempts per game. So how do you project that little, you know, and a college season's already shrunken down? Like, you really don't know if on higher volume he'd be like a 27% three-point shooter. So I think it's worth noting that a lot of people felt that he was better than his brother at the same age. And I don't think that's a lie because, you know, Santa Clara is like, it's a weaker conference. I think you just need to be patient. I think the Jazz know what they're doing with their scouting. They've hit on a lot of guys. You know, they hit on Keontae George. They hit on Bryce Sensabaugh. They hit on Walker Kessler. They've hit on almost everyone they've drafted. So the idea that they reached, and by the way, they absolutely reached for Cody Williams. No one had him as a top 10 pick. They reached 10 spots to get this guy. No,
to be fair, I remember at the time
it
I was
a
hoping
very weak draft.
I was hoping he was going to fall because I wanted Cody Williams, but then a lot of people said he wasn't going to make it out the top 12. So it was a projection draft for sure, Penn.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's just no, I get it, but it's also a weaker draft, and obviously it looks worse in hindsight because Matas Buzelis has looked so good. Kalal Wares looks.
Where
so
did he
good.
go?
Matas went
Matas
11.
was the next pick.
Lee went right
was
after
picked
him?
right after.
So, but Matas was supposed to be a top 3 pick. I mean, for most of the year, most people, myself included, saw Matas as a top 3, top 4 pick. So, yeah, that draft is a little bit weird. Zachary Sachet does not look better than Matas Buzelis. So you can go back in time and be like, maybe Matas Buzelis.
Buzelis told us he was better than Ricochet at the draft. He told us that he ain't want nothing to do with me. He said,
Alex Starr hooping right now too. So it's just like maybe we look back on this draft 10 years from now and be like, maybe Matas should have been the first overall pick. Maybe Ron Holland should have been the second overall pick. You know what I mean?
But
like,
Penn,
we don't
you're
know.
an advocate. You've said this to me numerous times. You're an advocate of getting in on stock early. So I think that maybe Utah got in on this stock with Cody Williams early, and it might not be panning out right away, but maybe it's something that they think can pan out in the long run. I think he should have stayed in school another year because I don't think he was ready. But maybe they're buying it, thinking that we could get in on this stock and we could turn this into something really
You're
good.
an athlete. You know this shit is not for granted. You know, one injury, one ACL tear, one tough shooting season
blow
your second
everything
year.
up.
You're a second round pick now. The good thing for Cody is that he was a lottery pick, which means he has that allure, around the league, that he was picked in the lottery by a very capable general manager in Danny Ainge, right? So that stamp of approval is a little bit like you got cut from OKC. You know what I mean? If OKC took a chance on you, I'm gonna give you a second chance. So Cody will have a second chance because he's 6'8" and he's a pretty decent athlete. I understand the trepidation. I wasn't that high on him, but I just want to say that for the record, if he doesn't pan out during his rookie contract, this might work out as a blessing in disguise for the Jazz, because he'll be 22 when he's up for an extension. He's 20 right now. Just to clarify, 20. and we're writing the obituary on his entire career right now. He's 20 years old. So yes, he looks bad right now. Keep him under wraps. Develop him in your G League. Develop him in your player development staff, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get him on one of those AJ Mitchell type of contracts. Maybe you'll get him on the Aaron Wiggins type contract. Maybe you get him on a 4-year, $24 million type of deal, and then he blossoms. Because all I need to know about my young players is, do you care about basketball? Do you care about getting better? And do I have the tools to make you better? They can play
like what's going on in Chicago right now with Josh Giddey, where that $25 million, that's going to be peanuts in a minute, what they got for him?
Sure.
Something like that?
Sure.
Wow.
But also, like, what's going on with Patrick Williams? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Patrick Williams having a resurgence.
Yeah, you know what do you know what AK is we're waiting on? As soon as somebody says, "Oh, I can deal with that," take this $90 million off my books ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP. He's a good player though, but remember, he was supposed to be Gary Harris 3.0. What do you mean Gary Harris 3.0? Because there were three versions. Kawhi Leonard,
yeah.
And then there was Gary Harris 2017-18 when he was getting Kawhi Leonard talks, and then it was Patrick Williams.
Was he?
Yes. Yeah, there are articles. You can go put articles right now.
Once upon a time, Gary Harris was seen as like
the second best player on the team.
Jokic, Gary Harris. Like,
yeah, he was that good. But then remember, he had the injuries, the growing injuries that kind of threw his career off. But chill, he was I think it's 17-18. He was 17, like 4 and 5. Crazy defender. Remember, he dunked on everybody for like some years. Thought 39% from three, and then the next year was just like, it was raps. So unfortunately for Gary, but that's my dude, man. Gary Harris, by the way, is how you pronounce his name. Let's get to the next game, y'all. We had the Brooklyn Nets get their first win of the year versus the Indiana Pacers, who got their pick back, and they look like they might be using that pick in the top 5. Michael Porter Jr. had 32 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 of 20 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3, and he also had 8 of 11 from the free throw line. There was in Cam Thomas this game. Did he get? I think he got hurt.
He got hurt in the first quarter.
Yeah,
and they won a game.
Yeah,
6 minutes.
Surprise. Empty
Terrence
calories
Mann
gone.
Terrence Mann was the ultimate he's young, he'll grow player, and he is currently sitting on the Brooklyn Nets now. And yesterday he had 15 points. Nick Claxton had 18 points and 10 rebounds. Noah Clowney, 17 and 4. Off the bench, Tyrese Martin, 16 points and 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And then Zaire Williams, just 3 points off the bench. Indiana, man. Pascal Siakam with 23 points and 6 and 10. Great game from him. Aaron Nesmith had 15 points and 7 rebounds. Ben Shepherd, 18 points and 4 rebounds. They got a lot of guards. Isaiah Jackson, 8 points, 7 rebounds himself. Jarris Walker had 6 and 6 and 6. So across the board, Jarris Walker. And then obviously Robinson Earl, 8 points. He had 15 rebounds last night. So, man, the Pacers, they're just in a can't get right place right now. It is not their fault. They're being plagued with injuries to start the year off. This might just be a true tanking year for the Pacers. But the Brooklyn Nets is the same thing. So, shout out to
Yegor Zeman, who went 0 for 6 and had 0 points.
Yeah, the Nets are at the point where I'm getting concerns with. They're all rookies. I'm not saying they're never going to be good. They've sent all of their point guards outside of Yegor to the G League, and Yegor's at the end of their rotation, and we're 8 games in on a tanking team. That's concerning. I'm not saying their career. I'm not saying write their careers off. If you're on a team that is projected to be the worst in the NBA, and every point guard you drafted is either in the G League or at the end of your rotation, that's concerning.
That's
to say the least.
No,
well,
that's great.
And Yegor, like all of the concerns that I had is like. It started off all right because he was making threes, but when every shot you take is a 3 and you can't get inside the 3-point line and your handle's not functional, like the best skill set you have is passing, but you can't do anything with the ball in your hands to like actually leverage the one thing you can do at an NBA level. It's concerning. But he is young. He's only 19. But I'm not the highest on the Nets draft, and they're playing no point guards. They're literally playing no point guards, and they drafted 17. Like, I don't know what you're meant to do with that. Like, that's bad.
Well, Terrence Mann can operate as a makeshift point guard.
That's the problem. Like, they're choosing to go with Terrence Mann.
I hear what you're saying, Mars.
Martin.
I hear what you're saying, Mars. But player development is not linear. These are young kids.
Absolutely.
They drafted a ton of young kids. I believe in Danny Wolf. I do 100%. I believe in that dude's talent. I've seen it. I watched them all last year. I scouted this draft. I liked their draft. They put a lot of work into this draft. I understand people clowned it. I'm I'm actually quite depressed that Diego Demon went number 8, but whatever. We'll leave that alone because I think there were better players on the board. That being said, there's nothing to be gained about putting players who have no business being on the court with NBA players against NBA players right now, other than breaking their confidence. That's it. That's all you can do to, a kid who's not ready to go up against that level of physicality is get his ass beat. Go up against G League talent, develop, invest the money and the time and the patience to develop these guys, bring them along slowly, get them the reps. Me going up against Shaquille O'Neal in the post is not going to help me become a better post defender. It's just not. He's going to destroy me, and I get nothing out of that. Okay, me going up against Swiper will help me a lot with my post defense. I can't guard him. He's probably got 100 pounds on me, but it will help me because at least closer to my height. You know what I mean?
When are we talking about? Talking about like 22-year-old Swiper? Like,
no, we talking about you, squat Swiper, right now. Right.
Oh, I mean, I'm a little bit more agile than
I'm still getting my ass. I'm gonna still get my ass beat, but like, I mean, shit. Like, at least
you put Chill in the post right now, you might win because Chill got some cranky knees. He still wear jeans when he plays. But look, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like the Nets, I don't know if the Nets know what they're doing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we don't know if the Nets know what they're doing right now. The one thing they lucked upon is Jordy Fernandez. I think he's gonna be there to stay. MPJ. Hey, man, you're making 38 and 40 in the next 2 years. If they can get off that money and get a trade piece for that, that's great for them. Like,
MPJ is absolutely one of the best shooters on the planet, by the way. I just want to make sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
by the way, Mars, yes, he is.
And to start his career off objectively, he's one of three ever to start their career off on the efficiency he shoots with and the volume, like just from three. He's literally one of one. Like, I mean, he's 1-1. Again, if he just wasn't making $40 million a year, then the situation would be a lot different. But shout out to MPJ. I hope he has a career season this year. Next game, we got to tap into the Boston Celtics versus the Washington Wizards. Justin Champagnie, 12 points. Alex Sarr, 31 points, 8 rebounds. You heard it here first. I remember when I saw his first career game, Mars. Oh, wow. Alex Sarr had 30 points with the Nuggets. You know what? Alex Sarr is pretty good. He's pretty good. I'm glad that he's playing really well. Marvin Bagley, Chill, who continues to be a lot better than people give him credit for. He had 11 points off the bench yesterday. Malachi Brown had 10 points. He played for the Spurs last year, I believe, right, Penn? He played for the Spurs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's actually a nice little young player. On the other end, Jaylen Brown had 35 points on 21 shots, played great. Keita had 15 points and 12 rebounds and 5 assists. And then Josh Minot, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals yesterday. Peyton Pritchard, 18 points. Derek White, 12 points and 8 assists last night on just 8 shots. And then off the bench, man, Anthony Simons, man, 18 points, 7 to 16 from the field. He continues to have really good performances off the bench.
Josh Minot is amazing. I've been telling everyone that I've met for like years about this dude. I think he's amazing. And I was so distressed when I saw that he signed for a minimum contract. I'm like, what is this league coming to when a young talent like this can just vacate the bench? And he has played NBA minutes, and he's been amazing in those NBA minutes. And I just don't get it. But he is friggin' amazing. Like, he is a legitimate rotation piece that is like, I don't know, 22 years old, and you just got him for nothing. Shout outs to the Brad Stevens, man. That dude really. And I'll guarantee you, if you are someone who is Spreadsheet FC, you saw this coming from a mile away.
Is there anybody that doesn't think that the Celtics early on were going to compete? Like, I didn't think they were going to be Utah, right? With Jaylen Brown, with Derek White. I didn't think
they were going to try to win for sure.
Yeah, they were going to compete, no question about that. But I'm still on the train that, like, if we get to January, if we get to February, and these dudes are hovering around 500 or below 500, they pulling the plug on this thing. They are 100% pulling the plug on this thing.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
I don't know if they will, but shout out to Jaylen Brown once again, by the way. He's really good at putting that ball in the basket. He's just really good at doing it.
Yes, he is.
What happened last year, Mars?
The hairspray stuff is weird, but yeah.
Last year, Jaylen Brown had
last year. No. I'm so sick of y'all doing it. It is microfibers, okay? Damian, you don't have this issue. Okay, let me defend Jaylen Brown. First off, look at Damian. See this? That hair of head right there? Okay, he doesn't understand the African-American struggle of losing your hair. Penn, take your hat off real quick and show your hair. Look, you see that? That's hair. Now, Mars, whatever. Chill. Look at that cranium. That is passed down from your father. If your father, well, this is actually not true, by the way, but father or mother, you can get genes from whatever. But chill. Put the hairline in the camera real quick, please. Like, yeah, let me see that. That's 56 years old. And he still got a great hairline. So
52.
Jaylen Brown has had braids his whole life, and he doesn't want to let it go. So what he's doing is he's doing microfibers, just through all the important parts. He gets a fade. It's Mars. It's really easy. You go to the barber. They take your hair down, you get it braided, and then what they do, they put the braids in, and then they'll edge you up. But then they put microfibers. They'll spray them. They put a little card like. Hey, real talk. It's like when you go to church. It's like they took the little offering card. They put the card right here. They blow all the way up and down, and then they got this stuff that sticks it on there. It's not crazy. It's just literally like a little, and then it stays there. The problem is Jaylen Brown plays in the NBA, meaning he has to be outside playing a physical contact sport. This is the third time his hair grease done rubbed off, bro. JB. Just wear wear the Jimmy Butler, the ninja, the ninja thing you can wear. Just wear that or do something else, bro. You can't keep wearing microfibers.
They need to let him play in a do-rag, man. They need to let him play in a do-rag.
What's the harm? What's the harm?
You look like Jalen Suggs. That's the harm.
It's even worse.
I mean, every African American barbershop got this. It's not that uncommon.
They have man weaves, by the way, so you can get a full set.
I have a solution for this.
Well, let me hear this.
The solution is that every team that the Celtics face has to wear a black jersey.
Yeah,
they have to wear a black jersey so that we cannot have the OG Anunoby situation happen again. Right? I want to say this. I think Jaylen Brown is on the precipice of achieving his final form. Okay, if you want to use a Dragon Ball Z thing, here's what he got to do. Jaylen Brown, listen to me. Let it go. Let it go, bro.
No,
let it go.
He has hair. He still has hair.
He's not at the Jalen Suggs, Devin Carter.
Even basketball,
shave it all off, man.
He's not at that.
No, but his hair is still too nice though. Like
embrace the bald, like our.
But this is what I would have done. Chill. If I was Jaylen Brown, I would have been more unselfish. He's being selfish right now.
Yo,
let me tell you why.
Take off your hat for a sec.
No, hold on. Let me tell you why. Because everybody see me when I'm a hat. Cause I post videos every day. By the way, every day I post videos of me every day, so people know exactly what I look like.
I don't follow you on OnlyFans, bro.
Anyway. I have workout videos that you can see all the time. But listen to this, y'all. This is what he needs to do. Chill. He had a meniscus injury. He should have got full surgery. He would have been out till December. All he had to do was go to Turkey. Go down to Turkey. It takes 3 months. All you got to do is go down to Turkey. They'll take the hair off the back of your body or another part of your body, and they will put it on. And you're good for life.
They have hair restoration products.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
He has.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come back looking like the Black Fabio. You guys out of nowhere, you're going to be like, man, Swipe got money now. Yep, sure do. It's going to be crazy, chill. That's what Deion Sanders did. I don't understand why there's so much like bad narratives around that. Like, if you are a man and you want to have a hairline, go get your hairline. JB, you rich. You got $300 million. You live in Boston. You already got baddies. You living a good life. He's a good Muslim brother as well. Bro, go get your hairline did, bro.
Bro, you 6'1" and you a former athlete. You know what I mean? Like, let it go. Who cares?
It is what it is, man. I'm telling y'all right now. People like, Swipe with hair is going to be so weird. You know what's going to be? Money. It's going to be big money. I'm going to do, hey, what's the Head and Shoulders with Troy Polamalu commercial, chill? That's going to be me.
If you come here with I swear to God, if you come here with your head out to your shoulders, I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that. Nothing. No, sir.
Swiper, start a GoFundMe, bro.
I guarantee you think I'm playing. I'm finna be gone. Me and Turkey.
No, I know
Turkey. Matter of fact, me and Shingun finna be there together. Yep, me and Shingun gonna be out there together. I can't wait. Shout out, man. Shout out, JB. Up next game, y'all. We got the New York Knicks versus Minnesota. Anthony Edwards made his return. Actually did a really nice thing. He gave his jersey away to a fan in the background. Just imagine getting like an in-game jersey worn from a player. Like,
Jay did that when he was up in not this time, but the last time he was up in Portland, he did that. Some kid on the sideline asked him to sign his jersey. He was like, "For you, anything, absolutely." Yeah, he did that.
Mm-hmm. The girl in the right before what she was getting.
No, Mars. Is that really what happened?
Someone,
you trolling?
Focus gave a fan something. I don't know if it was his jersey or like a headband or something, and they threw it back to him. So you always run that risk of, if you ain't got enough motion, they actually don't want anything from you. And you end up looking like that.
Swiper, you got any game worn jerseys?
Yep, I sure do. Right here, right next to me.
I'm not talking about your own jerseys. I mean, like,
no, I don't really do jerseys, bro. That's not my. I've never been a big like buy another person's jersey type thing. Now I have Sophie Smith jersey. I will buy women's soccer jerseys any day of the week. But that's a lot of money, bro. Like could think about it. If you buy a real jersey, isn't that like $175 for a real one?
Roughly.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot.
I got my first job to get a Tim Duncan jersey. I actually have a Carmelo Anthony baby blue jersey from Denver that I never wore. It's the only jersey I own that I never wore. It's tag still on.
Yeah, that's you spending your hard-earned American dollars, I imagine, at this time on Tim Duncan jersey.
Hey, bro, it was $60.
Yes,
$60.
It was on the reduced rack too. Yeah,
it was on the reduced rack. No one wanted that jersey. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a GOAT jersey right now. Champion, shout outs, champion jersey.
It was a champion Tim Duncan jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna, because Shaq made his shoes super cheap for a reason. I'm not gonna hate on that. It's just Tim Duncan, because this had to be the 2000s.
This was 2000. Yeah, exactly. 2099, 2000.
Oh, so after the 99 championship.
That's
when Tim Duncan was actually kind of fun to watch too, man. That was actually a decent.
Hey, I wanted that purple Vince Carter jersey. Crazy, man.
I do not have the purple Vince Carter jersey. I have the white on. I have the red and purple on white Vince Carter jersey.
I got a jersey right here.
What is that? Is that Shaq's?
This is actual practice jersey from the year that they won the NBA championship.
From whose is it?
Shaq.
Put it on. Let me see how big it is on you. Hold on, chill. Let me put this on. Let me see how big it is.
You actually don't have to. I'll tell you right now. This is how big it is.
No, you put it on and stand back. No, chill. Chill. Hold on, chill. Put it on and stand back, please. I want to see this.
That's how big it is.
It's a dress.
It's a dress on you.
That might be a little bit tight for me, but
Yeah, that's how big it is.
All right, what is this? Oh, is that a Ronaldo jersey you haven't unwrapped?
Signed. Yeah, love it.
Signed.
Oh, you said signed?
Wait, hold on, bro. What? Are you just never gonna put it up just because it's the value?
Yeah, don't touch that. I'm doing the same.
Signs Cristiano Ronaldo. Oof.
Wait a minute. How did you acquire that?
I used to be a pro, so I have friends.
By the way, let's not leave that part out. One more time, Damien. I don't think they heard you in the back. You used to be what?
Yeah, I played soccer professionally for about a decade.
Yes,
so I have
just to be clear.
Wait a minute. What league?
They were peers for.
What, you didn't know this?
They were
no, I didn't know.
No, he wasn't on the episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I played it. Well, I was a professional in Australia, in the UK, growing up. Derby, Nottingham Forest. Mars would know. And then I played in Greece for like a few years before coming back and tearing my knee up.
So that was a jersey swap from Ronaldo?
Oh no. I just knew I had some Portuguese teammates at some of my stops that could tap into his camp and got a few items
free
that are worth. Yeah.
You got a signed Ronaldo jersey, dog?
They just be signing like hundreds of jerseys, those guys, man. And if you can tap into their camp, man, you can get stuff for sure.
Ronaldo, that's like Messi. You know what Mars would do for a signed Messi jersey?
What would you do for a signed Messi jersey, Mars? What would you do?
I don't care to get a signed Messi jersey. Just because someone's, I don't care that much. I just know he's the greatest player to ever play. I'm not going to do anything for a signed Messi jersey.
Right.
Mars, fake tough. When Mars gets to be 30 years old, he's going to value a lot of the stuff that he could have had as a kid. And what's going to happen is, Mars, as PC gets older, we're going to get you a signed LeBron jersey, because that's your GOAT. We're going to get you a signed Bill Russell jersey from somebody. We're going to find a way to get an auction one. And then we're going to get you a Jalen Green jersey.
Now that, yeah.
Chill, who was your favorite? If you could pick any player to have a jersey signed for him, who would it be?
Walter Payton.
Oh yeah. That would have been cool. Walter Payton would have been crazy. What about you, Penn?
If I could pick any player to have a signed jersey from, can you guess?
Scotty Barnes. That's easy.
No.
I can get that in a second. Michael Jordan,
the Airman.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Really?
I would have guessed Arvidas. Yeah.
Yeah, that one too.
No, I'm capitalistic about this. Michael Jordan game worn signed jersey. Yeah, thank you very much.
Ox, what about you?
Number 12. Yeah.
What jersey would I rather?
Any signed jersey?
I don't know. I never thought about that. Probably Cynthia Cooper.
The Rockets, the old
the
Comets one, that would have been sick.
Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Ox, I did have a pair of Cheryl Swoops, by the way. I had a pair of those. I was rocking them and I was playing in them. Yes, I was.
That's fire.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Let's get to some of these crunch time chats. Then we'll wrap up the rest of the game. We actually had a lot of games that we still have to get through, but we got a lot of great super chats as well. First off, I want to shout out your guy, Boss Man. Coop shouldn't have reclassified and avoided Nico. Been a member for 16 months. Cooper's in a bad situation right now. They tried him at point guard. It didn't work. Now D'Lo seems to reportedly maybe be in a little bit of a funk because of it. So,
well, is he in a bad situation though? Like, think about if he would have.
Most number one picks go to bad teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but this wasn't supposed to be though. This was supposed to be like, oh, you're contenders. And then they realized they have Anthony Davis and some other stuff and some injuries. And now
this was meant to be the 1980 Lakers, so it's not going great. But
it's not going well at all.
But we will see. We will see. Kareem on his way back.
Let's see what happens.
We'll get there.
Magic starts to pick it up a little bit later.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We just slow start, but we getting there.
Yeah, hold on.
By the way, I wasn't there, Ox, but Asia Wilson was in the house in Denver yesterday. And you best believe I would have came away with the Aces jersey last night if I had an opportunity.
I have good news for you, Ox.
That was
really good news for you.
Right, Swiper, that when we was in San Francisco and she was doing the
the
one promo, we was waiting, but she took too long. We had to go.
I have very good news for you, Ox.
So impatient.
Your dream can come true to the tune of $100. If you have $100, you can buy a Cynthia Cooper signed jersey.
From who?
eBay. It's like $110.
That'd be dope.
When he wins the 2,500.
Ah, there we go.
Shout out Splash.
That's the real reason you play Splash Sports, so you can afford your dreams.
Shout out Splash. Next up, thank you, DSG Piccolo, one of the best super chatters that we have in the PC community. $5 super chat. My goat doo-wop, Great Barrier Reef, balled out. Denny and Shay were going brick for brick. Came back down 22. Never a dull moment in a Blazers game.
Yeah, Denny decided to just be trash for 3 quarters and then decided to hoop in the fourth. So shout out to Denny.
Even in the fourth, Mars, he tried to sell a couple times there in the fourth.
Denny was interesting.
When he kicked it to Donovan Clingan and then Clingan didn't shoot the wide open
three.
Clingan
decided to run DHA.
And then he tried to kick it out again and threw the turnover. It was like both of those should have been.
That was a bad turnover.
What about the one when he's going down the gut, Ox, and he wasn't sure if he should throw it to the rim to Clingan, and then he threw it off the backboard and ended up missing. We had a ball game going on, and he ends up missing that shot. That was. I thought that was worse than both of them. Because make a decision. Because Jalen Williams was already in drop. Jalen Williams was dealing with Clingan. He could have went right to the basket and basically dunked it because Jalen Williams was right on Clingan, but he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. That's why he ended up throwing it off the backboard. So to your point, yeah, he had a couple bad plays where it almost went bad for them.
Yeah, he tried to sell a couple times.
Yep.
The next super chat, we got appetizers and sushi. That's actually a nice meal, especially if you want a little bit on the cheap side. Luka is a great shooter, but ball hogs too much. This happened last playoffs, but Braun can help assuage or help. It didn't mean usage, something usage, but because that's closer to assuage. Can help assuage that. Braun will help them level up. Keep Rue, meaning Rue.
When I watched them play against Minnesota, it was obvious to me that they need both their ball handlers, because I think that makes life way less difficult for Austin Reeves. And, having Luka back and then getting James back, I think that's going to make life a lot less difficult for those guys. Way less.
Some of that's been by necessity as well. Like, they haven't had any ball handlers. Gabe Vincent's been hurt. Austin Reeves has missed time. Luka's missed time. So Nick Smith Jr.'s had to handle a bit. Bronny James has had to handle a little bit. Marcus Smart's handling more than he normally would. So that's all going to change, though.
Fair enough.
All right, next super chat, y'all. We have from Jonathan Frazier, $5 super chat. The thing that scares me about Braun's return is JJ, because I don't know if he's going to do the right thing and bring Rui off the bench and start Smart.
Yeah.
What is maybe it's well, Maybe it's
Well, it's gonna be Austin Reeves, Luka, LeBron, Rui, and DeAndre Ayton.
right.
So, some people feel like Austin Reeves maybe should play with the second unit or come off the bench a little bit, but it's going to be staggered. I mean, when you have 3 high-level ball handlers, it's going to be staggered anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. And Marcus Smart's going to finish most games, I'd imagine, just with how he can defend.
And by the way, Penn, you got a lot of super chats addressed to you earlier. We got Nash Incognito, $20 super chat, wishing they play Jackson Hayes. You mean the game Ayton got back spasms early and missed the second half? Ayton has been awesome every game other than opening night. Stop moving the goalpost, Penn. You're full of it. And then Ron sent you a microphone.
Nice.
Nice. I don't think he's as good as y'all think he is, but he's been better than terrible, and he's certainly been better than Yabusele so far. So shout outs to him. I think he's been a top 22 center in the NBA. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair place to put his performance after 6-7 games. I would not trust this going forward. I wouldn't want this guy on my team. I'm not comfortable trusting him in a playoff series, but that's me. And that's somebody who's seen this.
There's no way you can name 22.
He's better than Jacob.
You cannot. No, you can't name 22 5-men better than him. You can't, Ben. You can't.
He's better than Jacob Poodle.
22 5-men in the league
first today. Jakob Poeltl has gone through has been having back issues.
Hold on, Pin. Not only is
that's
he
the reason why DeAndre Ayton's been better.
Yeah. Wait. Not only is he better than Jacob Poodle, but he's also better than the stretch big that you said is going to turn Scotty into an MVP.
Mamu.
Oh, Mamu Kelashvili?
He's not better than Mamu.
But he's scoring like Michael Jordan.
Wait, he's not. You said he's not better than Mamu?
No, he's not better than Mamu. I will say this though, with Mamu on the court, just to share this with y'all, Scotty averaging 46 points per 100 possessions.
Yes, he is.
46.
No doubt about that.
That is a mark that is on par with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, thus proving my point that I have said for years. Scotty needs to stretch big. Very badly.
Scotty better than peak.
Yes,
peak
Scotty Barnes is a stretch big away from being the best scorer in the NBA.
Yes,
Scotty Barnes is a stretch big away from being a 25 point per game scorer consistently, is what I'm going to say.
So is he a
they have a plus 23 net rating with those two on the court. I'm just saying
he should
use these numbers.
Is he a younger version of Brook Lopez away from being a 25 a game guy? Like if he had Brook Lopez, younger version of him on his crew, or maybe even Miles Turner.
100%. Yeah, exactly. Look what Miles Turner did for Pascal Siakam, right? Now, look, I think when you have a player who has trouble beating his man off the dribble and has a shaky handle at times to begin with, you need to give that player wider angles to attack. When you have a player who's a super gifted passer and a jumbo creator like Scotty Barnes, you need to give that player wider angles to attack. Everything about wider angles comes down to spacing, and spacing is created with a stretch big who does not occupy the same place on the court as he needs to get to. He needs to get to the rim. Scotty needs to get to the rim. Right now, he's shooting 46% from 3, so he's kind of providing his own spacing right now. He's been 9.2 Boston minus over the last 4 games. Y'all read the stats yesterday because I spammed a super chat because I need the world to know what this dude is doing. But with Jakob Poeltl on the court, those numbers are like terrible. He's terrible with Yak on the court. The starting lineup sucks. But with Sandro Mamukelashvili and a bunch of role players, he's amazing. So that's telling me something.
More space. So he
just needs more space. He needs quickly to start hitting shots. He needs Grady to become who he's actually going to be. He needs Ochai Agbaji to not shoot 9% from 3. The Raptors shooters have been cold. They're 4-4 right now. They're chill.
They should probably, you know what they should do?
They're top 5 in 3-point shooting.
They should play Jamison Battle more.
Battle is amazing, and Battle helps. You know what I mean? Battle helps. Mamu helps. Kelly Olynyk should have helped. Otto Porter helped. OG helped. Like I know what the perfect Scotty teammate is. It's a movement shooter or a good decision maker who can spread the court. That's a good Scotty teammate. And I know what a bad Scotty teammate is. It's a player who is dumb off the ball, gets in the way, and congests the lane. That's it. It's the same thing as with Jokic and with Giannis. Those are the same players that you want to put around Jokic, Giannis, and Luka are the same players you need to put around Scotty Barnes. I'm not saying he's as good as those guys. I'm saying the same theory that applies to those 3 applies to him. Those are the players you need to put around him.
Suggesting, okay, I feel like I'm going down this rabbit hole with you, Penn. Penn, how much space? Because we've seen scorers in the game operate with limited space. Like, what kind of scorer do you
name the scorer operating in limited space in the modern NBA?
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
You think Scotty Barnes is that good?
No. Hell no. But it's a completely different equation. Kevin Durant is an elite jump shooter. Kevin Durant can get his shot off in a phone booth.
Paolo's playing in limited space.
Paolo is struggling in limited
Scotty
space.
Barnes is better than Paolo. So
First of all, Scotty Barnes has been better than Paolo this year. I don't know who the hell is debating
every
that.
year. Yeah,
Jalen Brunson is an elite scorer, and he operates in limited space.
He has a lot of space around him.
Whoa. He has
this
limited
season
space.
he does, but
last season he did too. He had Karl-Anthony Towns.
He operated
OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges. I would look, man. Scotty was an all-star when he had OG and Pascal. Like those are two guys who can shoot next to him, right? And Dennis Schroeder. That's at least three guys. Right. All I need is three guys who can shoot on the court. Last year he had Davion Mitchell. That's a non-.
Whoa.
No. There's no disrespect to Davion Mitchell. He's not. He's Cade. Okay, Cade is a perfect example. When Cade did not have proper spacing around him, he struggled. You put Malik Beasley, you put Tim Hardaway Jr.
And he still struggled.
Starts hitting threes,
and he still struggled.
They still lacked space last year.
Yeah.
Yo, I've been telling y'all, they understood the formula with him. You get him wider angles to the rim. He's not anywhere near the finisher at the rim that Scotty is, but he is a better pull-up jump shooter. He is a better ball handler. He is all those things. So it's a different equation when you have big wings who need wide angles. I'm telling you, man, Giannis with shooters is working. Why? Why is the stretch big? The formula to unlock. Right. So if you put Deandre Ayton on the court with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's going to get in the way. He's going to get in the way. He's going to be occupying the exact same place on the court that he needs to be. Right.
I think the underlying thing is Giannis is dominant regardless. So I think depends. Like Scotty might need all these things around him, but if you're going to build around him, he shouldn't need so many things. Is I think the underlying point.
But then, Damian, why do the Nuggets surround Jokic with movement shooters? Why do they want spacing around him? Why is Aaron Gordon he has 4 shooters around him almost all the time, with the exception of when Valanciunas is on the court? Why? Why does Jalen Brunson have a stretch big? Why is Karl-Anthony Towns paid $60 million? Why is Kristaps Porzingis a championship center? My point is the big who can stretch the court vertically and the point guard who can hit pull-up jump shots are the cheat code to unlock every big playmaker, because they create the widest angles. The thing with when you have a weak handle, right? And
why can't Scotty just get better? Y'all blame.
I know
that's
my thing. That's my thing.
He is better. He's way better.
Y'all got mad real quick, Morris. Y'all got mad at LeBron James because he wanted to be the GM and get a perfect team around him. But now y'all want to build the perfect team for everybody. Scotty Barnes needs more spaces. Scotty Barnes. Why can't Scotty ass just get better?
He has gotten better.
Yeah, not better enough.
Depending.
Well, how much better do you think he can be? Yeah, like
I don't know.
I'll tell you something.
Like, why do we always
talked to his trainer last year?
We got to build the perfect team around this dude, but it's a problem when it's the GM.
Ox, bigs taking threes is commonplace. More bigs right now in the NBA take threes. Jakob Poeltl does not take any threes. I think he made 1 last year or 2 last year. Like, he does not
have to be at the long ball line to not be to create space.
Pascal Siakam had his most efficient season last year in years. Why? Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, wider angles. Siakam is Barnes adjacent. Paolo is Barnes adjacent.
Have you ever thought that maybe Scotty Barnes is taking space away from his teammates?
He's shooting 46% from 3. I don't think he's ever taken space away from his teammates.
But to be fair, results and causation are 2 different things. Though he is shooting 46% from 3, but he's also not being guarded or treated as an elite 3-point shooter. So like, I want to do, but I want to make sure we move on because we got a bunch of other stuff to get into. But Ox, you also have the splash of the day, good brother.
Yes, you do.
Would you like to share with the people what the splash of the day could perhaps be? We actually only have 1 NBA game tonight, y'all, so this should be a little bit of a light night.
Jalen Green's debut, yep. Mm-hmm.
We will be there. You ready for me?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
The splash of the day is none other than California's very own
Russell Westbrook.
The man from Campbell Hall, Drew Holiday.
Got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm taking the more on him.
This man had to go to the Milwaukee Bucks, make them a championship team. He got sold by Giannis to the Boston Celtics, made them a championship team. He then gets traded from Boston. Everybody says he's washed. He's no good. He's not as good as he was. The contract's not worth it. He gets sent to Portland, where I told y'all, the people of Portland will love a man like Jrue Holiday. And last night, he carries his team to victory against the Oklahoma City Thunder with 22 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. Today's splash of the day is none other than California's very own Jrue Holiday. One of my favorite players of all time, Jrue Holiday.
I love that.
I was shocked.
Russell Westbrook has to be Russell Westbrook has to be God himself to get a splash of the day, I guess. Okay.
Hey, if I could have 2 splash of the days, Russ will be the other splash.
And he on your team too, Ox. That's what I'm really surprised about because Russ been playing really good on your team.
He has. But I mean, Jrue Holiday is a champion. Jrue Holiday has been disrespected. And not just
Russell Westbrook ain't been disrespected.
He ain't a champion, Penn. It's my splash. If you swipe it, why you ain't give Penn the splash so he can pick Russell Westbrook?
I don't know. Well, I'll share.
You would have picked Scottie Barnes from 2 nights ago.
You're not wrong about that.
Yo, shout out Jrue Holiday, man. Great game last night. Yeah, man. You see that picture right there? That's a champion. That's a great player. That's a culture changer with the Portland Trailblazers. So, you know, Ox, I'm all the way with you, man. I'm all the way with you, bro. That's a really good player. Shout out to Jrue Holiday. We got to get more of these super chats, y'all. We got more games. We got to finish the tagline for everything, by the way. But I want to make sure we get to some of these. We got SMNRNDM 3801, $10 super chat. The fact that y'all are here trying to explain why LeBron is a plus to the Lakers is just baffling. I think he meant baffling. How can adding arguably the GOAT not be a positive? He can be 50. It's effing LeBron James.
I want to tell you why, Swapper.
I think we agree with you.
I want to tell you why, Swapper, because a lot of times I think we're forced to overthink simple basketball, and it's a content thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing that the people want to see. It's something that's a little exciting. We all know LeBron cannot be a negative to the way this Lakers team has been constructed, but sometimes we're forced to just overthink obvious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're forced to be contrarians to things that we know already. LeBron, like, there's no reason to talk about, is LeBron gonna hurt this Lakers team? We know it's not, but it's LeBron James, and we have to.
It's entirely possible that he just is washed. Like, it's very possible.
I mean, if he's washed, Mars, he was so good the last time we saw him that washed is still better than Rui Hachimura. The IQ doesn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't go anywhere. So unless Mars, to your point, if he is washed, the only way it hurts is if there is no Luka. Like if it's LeBron that has to do everything, then yeah, that could be an issue. But it's not that way. This team is constructed for LeBron.
You sound like T-Pain right now.
I still need to your point though, Ox. To your point though, Ox. I still need to be physically able to do that. And to your point, Mars, he might be, he might not be. We're gonna find out though. As you were saying, Swipe, I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's all good. I want to finish through these game rundowns yesterday because I want people to know the scores. It was 137 to 114. Like I said, the Knicks get the win. Shout out OG Anunoby, 25 points, 8 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, 15 and 10 last night. Jalen Brunson, 23, 7 rebounds and 10 assists. The Knicks move to 5-3 on the season. Next game, y'all.
Wait, Swiper. Is OG the best player on the Knicks?
No.
I don't think he is, but Ox. I see what you're looking at, though, Ox. I sometimes we have a tendency to go overboard really quickly, but I do see what you're looking at with OG. I do. I see it. He's definitely necessary for that career.
Yeah, very, very great role player on that team.
Yeah,
next game we got is the Memphis Grizzlies, who are maybe in the worst place in the league right now for several different reasons. They play versus the Houston Rockets, 124 Houston over 109 Grizzlies. The Rockets are now 5-2. Kevin Durant, just 11 points in 34 minutes yesterday. Role player Kevin Durant was active. Amin Thompson, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Alperen Şengün, 20, 16, and 7 yesterday. Then off the bench, Tari Eason was 16 as well. On the other end, Ja Morant, 17.6 of 19 from the field, man. Jock Landale, 11 points. Jaren Jackson Jr., 9.6 rebounds. 16 points for Santi Aldama off the bench. Vince Williams had 10 points. Cam Spencer had 19 points. The Rockets move up. The Grizzlies move to 3-6, y'all. And we don't have the time to talk about it, Ox, but
y'all dudes, Mars and Penn tried to tell me that the reason why Jaren Jackson isn't as good a rebounder as he should be is because of his body. I am going to crash my car into a telephone pole after the show. I swear I am.
Please don't.
I said that?
Doing that. Yes. Because his body type.
I didn't say a thing like that.
No, I did not say that. I said he's not as good a rebounder because he blocks so many shots and because he plays on the perimeter so much. I didn't say it's because of his body. I don't remember that. If I said that, I apologize. Holy shit, that's a dumbass take.
I don't know if I said that. I'm just not going to say I didn't say that. I've said a lot of things. I probably still agree with that. I don't know. I probably still agree with that. So.
To be that big and not be able to rebound, chill, he's just a bum.
I just think he's a bad rebounder. I don't think it's as simple as just go get rebounds.
It's unacceptable. That's what
it is. It is as simple as going to get.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I just think he's bad at getting rebounds. I just think he's bad at it. Whether that's timing, instincts, center of gravity, I just think he's bad at rebounding. I don't think he's choosing to suck at rebounding. I think he's just bad at it. I don't think guys choose to be bad at shooting the ball. They're just bad at it. I think Jaren Jackson, going back to college, has been a bad rebounder. I think he's bad at rebounding. I don't think that's going to change because you just tell him to go rebound. I just don't think he has the actual ability to be good at it on either side of the ball. And that's a problem, sure. But I don't think it's just something that you remedy by saying, hey, you're big, go get boards. I don't think it's that simple. But I've never played basketball, so I can just be wrong. Like, cool, whatever. But I don't think it's that simple. I just think he's bad at it. So
being 6'10", and as athletic,
he's huge
as Jaren Jackson is. He's a big dude and he's super athletic. He's quick. He can move. He can move laterally, front to back, either way. He can move good. Him not rebounding has to be an effort thing. It has to be him not wanting to rebound. You know what I mean? He's just it's egregious.
He's huge in real life, Mars. So like, it's obviously skill.
I just don't think because I think if you're looking at the most important things when it comes to defensive rebounding, in my opinion, would probably be height, physicality, overall like just size. So like length, height, physicality, and then desire. I think Jaren Jackson checks two of those boxes, height and length, but he's not physical. He has a high center of gravity, so he can get pushed around very easily. That's why everyone's able to evade his box outs with relative ease. He's going to get pushed out of the ways by these physical bigs. The length is there, and then on the other sides of the ball, offensively, we're looking at timing, instincts, and once again, desire. I don't think he checks any of those boxes. I don't think he has good timing as a rebounder. I don't think he has good instincts for where the ball's going to come off the rim. And I don't think he has much desire to chase down the ball. I just think he's functionally a bad rebounder despite being tall. I think he checks one box, and that's size, and that's why he walks into like 5 rebounds a game. Because being big, you're going to get rebounds. At some point, they're going to just fall to you. But every other box other than size, I don't think he checks the box. I just think he's a bad rebounder.
Do you feel bad? Do you feel bad for the Grizzlies where they are right now?
No.
They went from being like
they were on the cusp.
Yeah.
And now they just like
Oklahoma City is who they were supposed to be.
They were on the cusp.
I would say
well,
that
Ja was never going to be Shea. So
I would say that on the defensive end of the ball, getting the rebound on the defensive end is a lot about effort. It's a lot about predicting where the ball is going to land. It's a lot about timing as well, and it's a lot about just hitting somebody early. So when you're that size and you're not rebounding, I can't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Like
Moss,
there's just no effort there.
We gotta move
because
on,
if you can get after
we
the
gotta
ball,
move on,
like
chill.
it's really, and mind you, it does have a lot to do with timing. There's a lot of timing involved in getting a rebound. That's why you can see 6'5" dudes out rebound 6'9" dudes if they just get the right jump. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see that, but you got to.
I just don't think the gap between him being good and him sucking is effort.
Yeah,
him giving effort maybe gets him to 7 rebounds a game. Like I think maybe there's 2 rebounds a game where if he had more effort, he'd get them. but I don't think he's turning into 10 rebounds, 11 rebounds off effort alone. I think there's many.
We're going to have to blaze through the rest of the game, y'all, because I want to make sure
Yep.
we give a chance to, if y'all speak to the super chats, because there's a lot of stuff addressed to a lot of y'all individually. The Pelicans, 101 over 99 over the Dallas Mavericks yesterday. Shout out Sadiq Bey, 22 points, who I once thought was going to be like a very, very good player in this league. Has a good performance, 9 rebounds last night as well. Jose Alvarado had 13 off the bench. On the other end, Cooper Flagg had 20 points, had 9 rebounds, just 8 of 19 from the field, man. They're just in a super struggle bus right now. The Mavericks fall to 2-6, and the Pelicans rise to 2-6. So shout out to the New Orleans Pelicans yesterday. Again, the Denver Nuggets, they beat the Miami Heat 122-112. Andrew Wiggins had 22 points on 9 of 13 yesterday. Norman Powell, 23 points on 5 of 15. Started the game off super well. And then off the bench, Jaime Jaquez Jr., resurgence, maybe 21 points, 9 of 14 from the field, got layup after layup. He is actually one of the league leaders in layups this year. He's attacking the rim constantly. Jokic, 33 points, 16 rebounds, 15 assists, and 3 steals, 12 of 18. Aaron Gordon, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Jamal Murray, just 14 on 4 of 15 yesterday. But Tim Hardaway Jr., y'all, 18 points, 7 of 12 from the field, and 4 of 9 from 3. And he had 3 huge threes in the first quarter and second quarter, including a fake and then a hit off of a no dip. Like, it was just like phenomenal from him. The Nuggets moved to 5-2. And then the Los Angeles Lakers, again, 118-116. Luka Doncic, not the scoring game, but they end up winning the game. Shout out to them. Rui Hachimura had 15 points. Marcus Smart, 17 points. Deandre Ayton, 22 and 10. On the other end, Victor Wembanyama, not a great game. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. 5 of 14 from the field. Been dealing with a lot of pressure, especially from smaller wings lately, and it's really befuddled his game. The Lakers moved to 7-2. San Antonio falls to 5-2. 118-116. LA Lakers. And then we also had Oklahoma City, 121-119. Again, SGA tried to beat the Portland Trailblazers without a lot of his guys yesterday. 35 points, not efficient at all. But again, still got the box score numbers because he was attacking relentlessly, going down to the rim. And then off the bench, Isaiah Joe with 14 for them. Just a great game. And then A.J. Mitchell, 21. On the other side, again, Denny Advia, 26 points. Drew Holiday, 22 points. Shaden Sharp, 18 points. Jeremy Grant, 20 points. And Duop Reith had 12 points off the bench. And then last game of the night, Golden State Warriors versus Ox's Sacramento Kings. The Kings get the victory 121-116. The Golden State Warriors, they sit Draymond, they sit Steph, they sit Jimmy Butler, and then Russell Westbrook takes advantage. 23 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and he puts up his 204th triple-double, I believe. So shout out to Russ for extending that. Drew Eubanks, 12 points, 6 rebounds yesterday. No Sabonis. Dennis Schroeder, 18 points and 7 rebounds and 7 assists as well. The guards, they destroyed last night. No Zach LaVine. Malik Monk had 21 off the bench, mind you. So Malik, 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Still a really good player. Really curious to see what happens with him the rest of the season for the Kings. But y'all, that's all the games from yesterday. We're going to close it out with all these super chats, y'all. We got a lot we need to tap into and to make sure we respect everybody's time, especially Chill. You know, you got golfing outings to go to, and it's Thursday, so Chill has Chill with Chill today with Ox at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And make sure, if you want to hear great content, find Chill with Chill, 4 p.m. on YouTube on Thursdays, Eastern Standard Time, and 12 p.m. on YouTube, Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays as well. One of the best shows you will find on YouTube. All right, y'all. Get to some of these super chats. The next one, Jonathan Frazier sent another one. $5 super chat directed at Penn. Penn, you are nasty for this. Don't try and hate when he plays bad if you're not going to give credit when he plays well. You don't do that with your boy in Toronto. He just asking for some consistency, Penn.
Here's some consistency. Deandre Ayton will never, ever in a million years be as good as Scotty Barnes. Don't ever put those two in the same sentence. Number one. Number two, the fact that I'm not up here telling you that he is playing worse than Gershon Yabusele is me acknowledging that that was probably a bridge too far, because Yabusele looking like ass in New York right now. But I will say this. If I'm building a championship team, I'd rather have Yabusele on my team. I'm just putting it out there. If I got to invest these guys for the next 3 years, I'll take Yabusele. He's a professional. He's a worker. I don't like DeAndre Ayton. Maybe it's personal. I just don't like him. I don't like this idea of a player getting paid.
Enough.
Yo, I was a New York fan. I got scarred by those dudes like taking big contracts and showing up and not doing the work. Okay, so maybe that's a New York thing.
Fair enough.
Maybe.
Next super chat we got another one referencing the Lakers game. DSG Piccolo $5 as a known Ayton hater. I got to give him his credit for his play. JG2. Now we'll see if he keeps it up. JG, 6th man of the year right now.
He looks good.
I don't know about 6th man of the year because there's quite a few guys playing well off the bench. But Jeremy Grant has been amazing for the Blazers this year and deserves a lot of credit for turning around how bad he was last year. So shout out to Jeremy Grant. Really like him, honestly.
Jeremy Grant playing well.
Yeah, he's been like winning them games.
Yeah. He could have thrown in the towel and just cruised, but he didn't. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, especially Jeremy Grant.
That big contract.
Yeah, he wants to be the man on the team. He has been talking about this for a number of years and has twice now went to places to be the man. So he's, so far so good for that team. And then we got Cowboy Bob, $10 super chat. To me, these games looking like playoffs are next month. We still had 70-plus games. Blazers, fire, win. Lakers keep going. OG, a beast. At Ox, influent. Hey, salute to your guy. Brunson had 9 assists in the last 3 games. Go, Knicks, go.
Go New York, go.
Yes, sir.
I think to the first part of that, the level of play has been as high as I can remember to start the season. So you spot on there, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Cowboy Bob. Thank you for the super chat. Then we got I'm Drake. $5 super chat. Mavs look so bad offensively, and for the most part, games are close until the 4th, but defense looks good. We just need our guys. We'll be fine.
They
I
keep
respect
choking.
that level of coat, man. I respect that.
They just keep choking. If it's a 4-point game in the 4th quarter, you can 100% guarantee they will lose that game. It just happens every time. I don't get it.
Hey, man. Just keep going. Just keep doing your best. And then we got a $20 super chat from It's Mr. GQ2U or goes GQ2U, $20 super chat. Y'all, real talk mainly. Do all that clapping and twerking for Giannis, but never brought up his performance versus or against OKC. What's his stats compared to Jokic looking like now? Best in the world standards or narrative being pushed?
That wasn't twerking.
Did the Bucks play OKC?
No.
I don't think they played OKC this year.
Yeah, so what he talking about?
They played OKC North. And they got
the Raptors.
clapped.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And they got clapped by 30. And he got
they're
outplayed.
Yeah, I don't think Giannis played OKC this year, so I don't know what you want us to talk about.
Yeah,
but the Bucks are garbage.
They're definitely not garbage.
Terrible.
But he got outplayed by a player
Bucks
who
in the finals, man.
And then we got a $5 super chat from Anatomica Studios. 2884. $5 super chat.
Animatica Studios. Animatica.
Is that a real studio?
No idea.
Animatica Studios. Hey, Mars, that boy Amin is Kyle Kuzma if you add some defense and athleticism and remove the shooting and the ring. Struggling D. White is way better.
Okay. What do you want to do about that?
Okay.
I'm yet to see an Animatica Studios super chat that I agree with. Maybe it'll happen.
We getting there, Pen?
we might.
That name definitely suggested a little bit of Cinemax hours. So I wasn't quite sure if that was what kind of studio that was. And then we got another one from, how do you say it again, Tim? Animatica Studios. 2884 $2 super chat. What is the greatest sports dynasty ever?
The 60 Celtics.
Yup. In a 6-league NBA. Or 8-team NBA? Shit.
8 teams. Yeah.
They expanded to 10, but yeah, 8.
Yep.
I mean, hey, if you ask enough people, it's the current Kansas City Chiefs. So who knows?
I don't know if we've talked about this, but Marshawn Nealon.
Passed away. 24 years old. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys player.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely praying for his family and loved ones. We got Ivan or Yvonne, depending on where you are located. The terrible $10 super chat. Westbrook is now the all-time leader in rebounds for guards and 430 points away from leading all guards in scoring. I say he's top 3. Where do you guys rank him all time in a comparison with other legends?
Other legends of what?
Maybe guards, perhaps?
I think point guards. He's maybe
point guards.
From a statistical standpoint, he's at the top of the list from a statistical standpoint. But
I can tell you where everyone ranks them. Actually, bear with me because I know everyone's answer.
Oh yeah,
apart from Damien, I don't know Damien's answer. Damien,
you got to submit your top 10 list for all positions.
I had Westbrook 10th. Chill had Westbrook outside the top 10, so I don't know where he actually has him.
I got him at 11.
If you want to know, 11. Okay. Real talk, if you care, had him at 8. Ron had him at 4. Ox does not have him in the top 10. I don't think he would even have him in the, I don't know if he'd have him in the top 15. Penn does not have Westbrook in the top 10. And Swiper has Westbrook at 10. And Jordan has him at 8, if you care. So
was this guards or just point guards?
Point guards.
Just point
so
guards.
back end of the top 10 is where most people have him. And then
I would have him in the
Ox
top 10.
and Chill do not have him in the top 10.
Yeah, he has John Stockton at like 2. Next super chat we have
Stockton at 5.
is again the same studio that really loves Penn. Shout out, $5 super chat. Penn, how bad do you think Deandre Ayton is? I imagine from the way it sounds, you think he is the worst Laker big of the century. Do you think he is?
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Do you think he is the worst Lakers big of the century? There's no way.
Is he better than Robert's? What is it? Sack?
Yeah, Robert Sacre is the worst Lakers big of the century.
What about Lakers' version of what's his name?
Roy Hibbert?
Roy Hibbert, thanks, Mars.
Yeah, I knew. Nah, Robert Sacre is
Robert
Sacre. Oh my
Look,
God.
man, the Lakers have had a lot of terrible bigs since Shaq, bro. They've had a lot of terrible
might
bigs.
be better than Andrew Bynum. I'm just saying, he might.
Please don't do that.
He better than Kwame Brown too.
For
no,
sure.
he's not.
Yeah,
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's
Yes, he is.
Respect Kwame Brown.
Yeah, respect.
He's
Kwame
better
had
than
some. He had a run. He had some runs there.
All right,
y'all.
guys.
He had some runs there.
What's happening right now? Am I in the Matrix?
Y'all don't have to be disrespectful to Kwame. Kwame
You're
had
not
runs.
disrespecting him.
Super chat.
But you being a good host, Swiper, keep it up.
Nah, man. I respect Kwame. He has a great podcast out
He
too. By the
wasn't
way,
better than Deandre Ayton.
I'm not even none of us said Kwame was the worst because I think that's like a weird narrative pushed by a certain fan base who tried to make that 06 Lakers team seem like the worst team to ever exist. And Kwame Brown and Smish Parker are like the button.
No. I'm not letting you disrespect.
Kwame Brown.
You're
Kwame
not
Brown was
disrespecting
not one of the
Smush
worst
Parker.
NBA players ever. I just said they
you
make
pull off a
jokes.
butt crack part. You pull off a butt crack part if you want to, because he definitely could do it. Take me off full screen. I'm done with Mars.
I just said they
this.
made him the butt of the joke, and I'm saying I don't think that's actually.
Yeah, he had a butt part down his head. That's why.
Kwame Brown is not better than DeAndre.
All right, y'all.
No, he is not.
All right, we got a $10 super chat from Brian Cook 7696. Thank you so much. We must remind the world. Ticket TV thought Michael Jordan and Hakeem's defense was quote unquote up in the air. As in, it could be anyone's guess who's the better defender. Ox was distraught.
Extremely distraught. Yes. I'm
I
sorry.
think that's a fair assessment. I think that's a fair assessment. They both have one
Jordan's not on the level of defenders Olajuwon. No, he isn't.
I'm distraught, and just even implying something like that is ridiculous.
He's not.
I mean, y'all know, man. I love Jordan just like the next guy, but let's be fair.
Oh, he has 2 DPOIs down.
All right,
He wasn't the best defender on his team.
Besides the point, I remember when Ticket said Kobe was more skilled than MJ. I'm more athletic than MJ, but MJ was better because of mentality. I remember that. That was funny.
He 100% said that.
Yeah,
Sounds true to me.
I remember that. Yeah.
We
That's
got
not ridiculous.
Killer Predator 00. By the way, the new Predator movie coming out very soon. Cannot wait to see it. $10 super chat. Can y'all break down true shooting percentage? What's considered average and what's considered elite? I actually, Mars, saw this earlier and I looked this
League
up.
average now is 58.4.
57.6. I'm looking at.
That's good.
Oh, on Basketball Reference, 58.4, maybe.
Okay, 58.4. So,
yeah,
but that's higher than it's like
Very
ever
high.
been. Yeah,
very, very high.
I don't know if it
fundamentally,
stays that way.
fundamentally, it's an efficiency metric which accounts for 2-point field goals, 3-point field goals, and free throws in a single metric to see how efficient a player truly is.
Yes.
So it gives a bit more context than just saying if someone's a good 3-point shooter but can't score within the arc, for example, as a very basic example.
And just for people,
58.4 is literally the highest true shooting in NBA history for a season. For reference, 10 years ago, league average was 54.1.
yeah,
Like we've drastically increased.
yeah. So being efficient now is much tougher than it. Oh, I mean,
Damien,
being
let's say,
elite
for instance,
efficient now is like
Yeah.
Hypothetically, Damien, let's say that one game I only shoot 10 threes. One game I only shoot 10 twos. And one game I only shoot 10 free throws. In each of those games, I only make 5 of each of those shots. which one of those true shootings will be higher?
The 5 threes.
So first of all, it's effective.
It'll
field goal
average.
percentage.
That'd be like a 75.
If anybody,
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's effective field goal percentage that perhaps most accurately captures the difference between 2s and 3s, in my opinion.
Well, wait. But Pin, which true shooting will be higher of those 3 games?
The one where you make 5 threes because you got 15 points.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
The
calculator.
one where you make 5 free throws would be the lowest because you've only got 5 points. Although 10 free throw, are you saying 10 free throw attempts or you go to the line 10 times? Because that would be 20.
No, but you make 5, you said, yeah.
Okay, so that would be the lowest because you've only got 5 points. The one with the 10 twos would be 10 points. The one with the 5 threes would be 15 points. So that would be the highest true shooting. I think it would be 75, 50. And then the free throws, because like there's a coefficient of like point something, you'd have like a 40 something true shooting.
Yeah, and so this is the actual equation for people. They can look at it. True shooting is just points divided by 2 times your field goal plus a 0.44 times basically the free throw attempts. And so literally it's just points. Type in 35.
Yeah.
What?
Field goal attempts 20.
Yeah. So type in 35 points, 20, and then free throw attempts 10. And then literally all it does is calculates it for you and tells you had a 71.7 true shooting that day. Yikes. It just measures.
True shooting is weird game to game because free throws get equaled out over like the course of a year. Single game true shooting can be inaccurate because of the coefficient, which is weird because I looked at the 5 free throw game would actually have a higher true shooting than the 5 2-point field goals made. And like anyone with a brain can see that's actually wrong. But it would equal out over the course of a season, which is why single game true shooting can be a bit flawed. But it tends to balance itself out in larger samples.
Yeah.
And a distinct difference, what Penn said, between true shooting and effective field goal percentage. People get them mixed up.
Doesn't account for free throws.
One fact is free throws, the other one doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but we got to move on just to finish this up, y'all. I really appreciate that question. That was important. And then Cowboy Bob, $2 super chat, talking defense. OG, nice 7 steals in 2 games. Go Knicks.
He's gonna make the all-league defensive team. I'm standing on that.
Yeah, maybe.
He should. OG's an all defensive caliber defender. Yeah.
Yes, he's gonna.
There should never be a year where OG Anunoby's not all defensive
in the conversation, at least. Yeah.
Not
and then we got
the conversation spot, but every single year should be on.
Ox, he's not. Okay,
I mean, depends on games played and who's in the league. Yeah. At JDC 6354, we got a what is that, Mars?
I couldn't tell you.
$1 super chat apparently because it's in green. But shout out to the 100, whatever that is. Huh?
It's
how much
is
it?
It's equal to around $4, $5.
Okay.
I don't know what currency that is though.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why I asked.
It looks Asian.
Crazy. Nuggets defense ratings are carried by the Pelicans win. I mean, they held them to 106 last night too. Like, I think the Nuggets do deserve credit. They've just been playing good defense for most of the year. But yeah, that game definitely influenced it and helped. Cage _black $5 super chat. Ox, where's Ron? Russell Westbrook got his 204 triple-double last night. W panel, keep up the great work. Ron is off duty today. So you got
apparently not word splash of the day. Shout outs.
And then the next super chat, again, the studios that love Penn. Shout out Cinemax. Let's not forget when Dallas had Kyrie and AD, they looked awesome. They fell in the standings last year after Kyrie tore his ACL.
That's correct.
That definitely has something to do with it for sure. Then we got Burner Zero $2 super chat. JG jersey signed by Drea because he don't know his signature. Did that really happen?
I don't know. I don't think
that would be quite interesting if you don't have a signature. You can really just make it up on the spot like I did when I was a child. We got $2 super chat from It's Christian. Can y'all give OG some love? We've been giving him a good amount of love. I said he should be on all NBA defense every year.
We be showing Chill some love for sure. Yeah.
Does OG actually have haters? Are there actually OG Anunoby haters? Those people still exist in 2025?
Yeah,
if you hate on OG Anunoby, you just don't like basketball.
Which is dumb, but there is.
You should one of my favorite admit players. That you hate basketball, you don't like basketball, and you never did like basketball.
And then we got a $2 super chat again directed at Penn, who's racking up money today for hater awards, apparently. From Mark. Penn, apologized for saying JB was the 5th best on the C's.
Nope.
You said that too?
Move on.
Nope.
I didn't realize that was said.
No, how about that?
Let me count them out.
How about that, Penn? No.
Porzingis, Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday. You lucky I said he's 5th. I might have said he was 6th. Get out of here.
How about this? No. Good. I'm sorry, Swiper. No.
All right.
How about that?
All right.
You want me to apologize? Let me tell you this. You want me to apologize? You need that catharsis? You send $50. I'll apologize on the spot. Go ahead.
No, I don't think that eager for an apology. But
I mean, you don't know.
So he has to pay Toronto money to get you to apologize?
He has to pay Toronto.
Swiper, we're nearly done,
money,
man.
bro.
Yeah, I got 100. I got 150 from Toronto.
I'm trying to carry my weight here.
So well.
The sun's
As you were
coming
saying,
out.
Swiper.
You know how much money you can save.
Be the host that wrong.
Swiper, control the room. Swiper,
I didn't do any. I mean, hey, whoa, we're good. We're good. Pin.
Swiper, I got you, Swiper. I just want to let y'all know you can save so much money if you just acknowledge that some people don't know ball.
Agree. OG Team 2246 $2 Super Chat, a Lakers Fest episode. Okay, ESPN. It wasn't even that bad today.
I bet you if we was talking about the Knicks, it wouldn't be an ESPN episode. You son of a, you know what? Sick of you dudes. Like the Lakers ain't in the NBA. Like the Lakers, the only team we talk about. We talk about all the teams in the NBA. We talked about the Trailblazers. We talk about the Pelicans. I'm sick of you dudes, man. Just because we ain't talking about your team all the time does not mean that we ain't talking about everybody or that we hate your crew. Sick of you dudes, man. Damn.
Chill. I will kindly remind you that we gave Bronny Splash of the Week for 5 points and 6 rebounds. Okay, so it has.
Whoa! But we spent a lot of time talking about like the Wizards, the Pelicans, and nondescript teams today.
I'm not talking about the Utah Jazz
and the Jazz.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry
to everybody out there, for everybody out there who's like, hey, is PC turning into ESPN? Are they about to blaze Lakers? I was there for you. Remember that. I was there for you to turn that whole positivity upside down on its head with a whole bunch of Deandre Ayton.
Right. We got another $10 super chat from a pimp named Slickback7780. $10. Thank you so much. Jordy Fernandez is starting to piss me off with his rotations. I'm a season ticket holder. Oh, you got money. I'll watch 5
the Nets
to 77 hoops.
$12 for season tickets to the Nets, bro.
if it's rookies
to show up.
If it's rookies playing 25 to 30 minutes a night, I didn't sign up for Tyrese Martin ball.
That's fair.
How much are season tickets for the Nets?
Probably like price of like that super chat, probably. But like,
I mean, it is in Brooklyn, bro. The real estate is real estate.
Parking probably costs more than the season ticket, but like,
well, you can get the parking with your season tickets, and you can also make monthly payments on your season tickets. Like you don't have to just cash it all out right now, and you also don't have to get all 41 games. You can get 20 games. You can get 15 games. You can make a package. You can select your own package. So season tickets are actually quite affordable if you go to the games, or if you go to certain games and sell some games, you can make your money back and still go to 10, 15 games. So season tickets, man.
I'm definitely selling those LeBron tickets.
And you can make, once again, like I said, you can make monthly payments on your season tickets. So
facts.
With no interest.
We got from Killer Predator, $002 super chat. Thanks. Just for thanks. $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. And then again, OG Team 2246, another super chat, $2. Thank you so much. Start your team, Giddey or LaMelo. Gil said Giddey.
This is one of the rare times I agree with Gilbert. He was cooking.
All right, chill. Who you starting, LaMelo or Giddey?
Giddey, definitely.
Okay. Mars, Giddey or LaMelo?
Derek White.
Okay, anyway. Penn, Giddey or LaMelo?
Giddey. No, LaMelo.
Damian, Giddey or LaMelo?
Giddey. I can't say anything about Giddey.
Okay, great. And then we got a next super chat, $2 super chat. Jason Young, I4U, $2. When Knicks win the chip, Grilltown gonna regret it. What are you gonna regret, Grilltown?
No, I'm not gonna regret this. I'm just sick of you dudes talking to us like we don't talk about your crew. I apologize if we got 25 kids and we can't solely concentrate on you. It's a bunch of people that we got to deal with. A bunch of them. Damn.
And then our second to last super chat, unless somebody brings one in under the lake, because $50 was the asking price. Cage Black, $5 super chat. Damian, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo is the GOAT? In my opinion, he is.
No, Messi. I think Messi is the GOAT, but I think him and Ronaldo are the two best ever. I think Messi was just special, blessed by the man above, man.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
Black with a stupid opinion. Shout out.
Pimped name Slickback 7780, another $2 super chat, spending that Barclays money with us. Thank you so much. I paid $5,500. Also, there's no parking near Barclays. Oh, we were there.
I don't understand why you dudes park. There's a train station, Atlantic Avenue goes right to the Barclays Center. Why are you even? Why are you driving there? What are you doing?
It does.
Did you see the video, dude? Like who brought down the whole subway because he was hanging on the bars like a monkey bar?
It literally goes right to Mars.
I've seen too much about the New York subway.
If you would like to watch,
it's literally right underneath.
Subway's not that bad,
just like
Mark,
Madison
honestly.
Square Garden. The subway is right underneath
Social media has
the
ruined
train
it.
station. Literally.
if you want to get in the door to watch the Brooklyn Nets versus the Utah Jazz, you can do so for $12. If you would like to watch the New York Knicks versus the Brooklyn Nets, however, you will have to pay $151. Proof, however, the Knicks are still the only real NBA team there.
And then we got the last super chat before we get to the members chat. Hunter, $2 super chat. Shout out Damien for coming to Mayor NYC. Did I miss something?
Does he look like him?
Oh, he's saying you look like the newly elected mayor of New York. So, okay, shout out. His name is Zoran Mamdani, by the way. He's 34 years old. Again, we are seeing a youth movement in politics as of the last election cycle. So, just happened this week. And then we got a bunch of members chats. Get to these real quick. Cultured Bandit, $5 super chat. Daily reminder: the Nets busted on Five Guys. Chill.
Boo.
They might have.
Corny.
Oh wow.
Tomatoes.
Hey, that's an accomplishment. Busting on Five Guys is not for everybody.
Corny. Boo.
And then
Corny.
OJ Reese became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, OJ Reese. Your guy Bossman became a YouTube member. Thank you for your guy Bossman. And then also we had
Fred Vincent fan.
Fred Vincent fan. Okay, member for 22 months. Shout out to Jalen Duran. He trying to get paid. Yep, he will. And then we got Ty Wow became a YouTube member. We got Sam Gibson BN1JH became a YouTube member. And then we also got Trailblazers have played 3 teams on back-to-back. JDC 6354. That might be a little bit of hate, but yeah, they did contextually. And then you got Andrew Bracken 6183 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. And then absolutely JMC 149 member for 14 months. Rip Marshawn Needland. Check on your homies. Love. I absolutely agree. Then last super chat of the day. Pimp name slipped back $5. Pin, I would be offended by your shot at the Nets, but you're Canadian, and that's already enough of an insult. And that is gonna do it for our show today, y'all.
Missed one.
Where?
You clearly missed one.
Which one?
Well, first of all, nice job speed rolling.
What did I miss?
You missed that this is your daily reminder that the Nets busted on Five Guys.
I used that.
He actually read that.
Just
He
said
just wanted
that.
to say it again.
My bad.
As you were saying,
I was reading my super chat. My bad.
This boy's over here. First off, I want to say thank y'all again.
My bad.
I am your honorary host,
Merry
Kate Scott,
Christmas.
today of the Champions League. This was a phenomenal day. Thank you, Thierry Henry. Thank you for showing up today, everybody. Thank you for Jamie Gallagher. You did a phenomenal job today. Also, thank you for Micah. We wouldn't be here without you, Micah, even though you only had 5 league appearances. We love you. Chill, great job today. Mars, great job. Ox, great job. Pin, wonderful job as always. And Damien, excellent job. Y'all know what time it is. This is Player's Choice. We will see you on the other side. Again, get ready for Chill.
We got
with
playback
Chill.
tonight.
We got playback tonight as well. Playback tonight as well.
Join us.
And 1,600 in y'all in here. LA Clippers versus the Phoenix Suns tonight on playback. Make sure y'all tap in and tune in. And again, get ready because today, 4 p.m. in just 2 hours, you have a chance to watch Chill with Chill with the one and only Big Ox and the one and only Big Chill. Y'all know what time it is. This is Player's Choice. This is the panel. We will see you on the other side.